Welcome to the joint. How y'all doing? Um, Welcome to Boxing Fans Talk TV. And I'm your host, TDT, and you can refer to me as Miss T. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back. I'm trying to ease my way back in. I've accomplished a lot of stuff that I had to do. I sound like I'm echoing. Sorry. I'm trying to fix that as we go along. Can you hear me? Hello, testing. Testing. No. Yeah, I like this. Okay, so hopefully this worked better. Yeah, like I said, I've been gone for a minute. I'm back. I'm trying to ease my way back in. I have to relearn a lot of this stuff. Uh, I'm in a different location. I had a lot to do. I had the wedding, which went off beautifully. Everybody looked beautiful. And then that's done. So have a son-in-law. And I sold my house. Now, the only other thing for me to do is buy my house, but I already put that into works. I'm just waiting on it getting built. Uh, our money is already in the building. He said, "We back, Miss T." Yes, indeed. He said, "Yep, I can hear you." Oh, thank you. Yeah, y'all know I went brand new. I had to get some new gear and all that stuff. The other stuff, I don't know. When you pack up and turn stuff off for a while, I guess it don't really come back, or I just don't have the patience to wait and get it right. So, of course, I'm testing out some new gear and all that stuff. But I'm back. Uh, you guys can reach me at boxingfanstalk@gmail.com if you have any questions, statements, or whatever you want to say. And please utilize the Cash App. I like the Cash App. Okay. Uh, I appreciate any amount because it go a long way to the gear and all that stuff. um, please, 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 please hit that like and subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, you don't have to subscribe no more. Just hit the like button. You good. You good. And I try to come on Monday through Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But after saying all that, y'all know how we do. Let's turn to. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to Boxing Fans Talk TV. We up here in this joint. I told y'all a little bit about why the delay, and like I said, one thing I learned. It's funny how life goes. You always got to take the lessons and everything. One lesson I learned when it comes to big ticket items, I can't do everything at the same time. I thought I was a multitasker. I guess I could still be considered that to a certain degree, but not really. Not really. When I was younger, I was awesome with it. But life changed, things change, people get older. Anyway, my objective today is to talk about some folks, and I'm giving opinions, but based in facts because my integrity matters. So I'm going to base everything in facts. We're not going to be long because, like I said, I got to ease my way back into it. I got to figure out how, my lane, how I was doing it and this, that, and the other. So we're gonna talk. I'm calling it like I see it. You'll see me look down sometimes. That's because I write everything down. Just try to be thorough like that. But anyway, we're gonna talk about Teofimo Lopez with his bitch ass. Gotta call him a bitch. I tried not to. I really did. I was very empathetic and understanding because to me, Camboso couldn't have beat T.O. on a good day. Like T.O.'s good day, I really did believe something was wrong with T.O. But in boxing, you can't complain, you can't cry wolf. Shit is what it is the night that it happens. So Cambosos won. He deserved his win. He deserved everything he got in his boxing career because I'm sure he dedicated himself just like everybody else. But do I think that Cambosos on T.O.'s good day beat him? No. But I do recognize a flaw in Teofimo, and that is he fight to the level of his competition. I've always said that. I didn't understand why. So to me, that's what separates people from greatness because the great ones, they fight to the level of their competition, what they want to give you, not to the level of the opponent that they're facing. So Tio, if he fights somebody, let's say a B or C fighter, they might could whip his ass. But if he fight a A-list fighter or a elite fighter, he might could win. But we're gonna talk about him and this bull crap that he got going on with Bud. I don't understand it. Then we're gonna talk about Canelo old scary ass. What are you really scared of, Canelo? Inquiring minds want to know. Like, why are you scared to fight Bud? This little itty bitty man, as you say, coming up from 135 should be a cakewalk. If somebody was offering me 1 million to fight Bud, I ain't got no kind of skills at all. I'll take it because I ain't never had $1 million neither. But Canelo, I think Turkey offered you or you asked for 150 and he got it. Now a lot of people think that Turkey Al Sheik, he's new to, he's the new thing on the block, the shiny penny on the block, because he's all about putting the fights together and this, that, and the other. For me, the jury is out with him. Like, I don't know how he's gonna do well for boxing. I mean, I've heard about how he moved. He seemed like a decent dude or whatever. But me being a woman, and I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, call it what you want to call it. Me being a woman and dealing with people from over there, they feel how they feel. They believe how they believe. I'm not trying to change nobody's mind or shit on nothing that they believe, but it's not beneficial to me to even get behind that. And my dollar's green just like theirs is. So, I mean, if you want to be having a success, you can't be in the business of exclusion. And I see that in the long run. Women boxing might as well forget it. If he takes over, I can see that, and that's not cool. A lot of women have been through a lot to get to where they are, and that's just not cool. You know what I'm saying? But like when they was giving awards at Buzz last fight, I was like, ain't no woman gonna win. I can tell you that right now. Ain't no woman gonna win. So why do I care about them giving out awards? I mean, I don't know if they capable of thinking like that because I'm a viewer. I pay for boxing, but I don't think no woman gonna stand a chance of any kind of fairness when in their world. So I'm just saying, for me, maybe he's a person that's like when in Rome, do as Romans, or he in America or he dealing with the Western world, he kind of adopt to some of our ways or whatever. I just don't know. But either way, we talk about two men. We talk about Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo, what I've always said about him in the past is that he was very strategic in his ducking. He made his ducking look legit. And I give him that because it takes a special kind of skill to do that. But I do think that he has ducked most of his career. He only fight people he know he can win. And maybe there once was a time that Canelo was this beast on the block. But once he fought somebody with skills, he changed. Not only did he adapt to a new way of thinking that because the Mexican fighters have a lot to say about how American fighters fight or Cubans fight or any European anybody with skills, real boxing skills. They be like, no, it's just mano to mano, beating their chest, all that bravado shit. That shit don't win fights. Skills pay the bills, as we always say. So Canelo fought Floyd. He didn't lose to Floyd because of a fluke or because he ain't feel good that day. Floyd's skills beat him. Then turned right around, fought Lara, Irislandi Lara. And I'm not a big fan of Lara. Lara, in my opinion, won that fight. Why? Because he was more skillful. When he went up to meet Bivol, and they always talk about weight class, but I mean, you didn't care about the weight when you went up to meet Bivol because you thought you was gonna win. Skills. Bivol he beat your ass at 175. If he had to fight you at 168, he'll beat your ass again. And that's what I see. That's what I think. I don't know why Canelo don't just let it all hang out. I mean, you coming to the end of your career, you done did your bid for God and country. You done did everything. You done made the big bucks. You took what Floyd gave you, the lemons, and you turned them into lemonade. You one of the few the people that Floyd fought that actually boosted your career to an unbelievable height. But now you scary. You scared to fight people. And I don't get that. I really don't get that. Then we're going to move on from him to Boots Ennis. Ain't much to talk about with Boots Ennis. He's just another scary ass to me. And that's just how I see it, y'all. You cannot approach boxing like you approach other sports in games. Because, the football season is already mapped out. You might not want to play the Oakland Raiders, but your ass going to play them. You ain't got no choice. You might not want it to play the New England Patriots when Brady was at the helm, but your ass was going to play him. And I can say that about hockey. I can say that about everybody, every other sport. But boxing, we at this point, and I want the boxing fans to understand, because I mainly do it for the casual boxing fans. And, I'm inclusive, novice, experts, whoever. But mainly I want to make sure that the casual boxing fans know, because that's how you grow the community, the sport, the whatever, is you got to get people interested. And people can't be interested when the whole setup is fugazi in the first place. So for Boots and Canelo, all that ducking, all that choosing something else because you're guarding your oath. Floyd Mayweather may have done this on purpose, or he inadvertently set a standard that nobody was asking for, and it don't need to be adhered to. He wanted an undefeated record, but Floyd believed that he could beat everybody, and it came true. Everybody that they put in front of him, he beat. Boxing God 7 is in the building. Salute, Sister Miss T. Salute to you. So Canelo and Boots Ennis, y'all looking real raggedy out here. And like I said, all the casual fans, this is what you gotta know. Boxing ain't like other sports. You have to compete. In order for you to be considered the best, you have to fight the best. And belts do matter, even though the sanctioning body that holds these belts, they give us pause too. There's something left to be desired about that. But you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You don't do that. You got to keep striving and hoping for it to get better. That's all I can do. That's my little speech. And that's all I can say about that, But the ducking is getting on my damn nerves. But I'm a boxing fan, so I'm gonna pay for the shit anyway. Yeah, I said it. Podcast is up in the building. What's up, E3? Well, welcome back, kind man. Hey, glad to be back. Remember on Trade Place said, looking good, Lewis. Feeling good. But so I was gonna get into all that, and I can't let this whole thing go without talking about Devin Haney. But how this gonna work? Because I'm trying to make sure my podcast ain't that long like it used to be. So I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I'm gonna open it up after my first main topic, which is Teofimo Lopez. But before I talk about that, how do y'all feel about this Olympic person from Algeria? I'm really curious to know what the true boxing fans feel about this person that fought in the Olympics. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care what they say, and there's always a slight possibility I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. That was a fucking man. I I I thought it was a man. And you know what? Look, I'm respectful if he or now she wants to be called a she. I don't got no problem with the LGBT community. What is it called? LGBT plus now. I don't got a problem with them, but I got a problem with making men and women compete against each other because there's an obvious difference. There's always been an obvious difference. You don't have to have the best technology and the doctors and come down and tell you the science of to know. We all know since the beginning of time. So what I would say is the reason why I conclude that that was a man because that whole figure from his head. See, I said he. I'm sorry, she. From her head down to her toes, that was a man's body. Okay, let me tell y'all something about like DNA. Maybe y'all know this, maybe y'all don't. Y'all can say I'm speaking to the choir, Miss T. Okay, it's possible that sometimes people can be born, and if you're a male, you have female parts. If you're a female, you have male parts. Uh, so that's possible. I know people said that. Nah, T, what you mean? Hey, have you ever seen a man with little ass girl hands, bitch ass hands? You ever seen that? I know I ain't the only one that's seen it. You ever seen a man with legs close together like a girl? You ever seen a man with a fat ass booty that make a girl be like, damn, he got more ass than me? This is what I mean by you can be born with a female part if you're male, and vice versa for a girl. You ever see a girl with big shoulders, big thighs, whatever the case, anything you can that make you think, damn, that's usually seen on a man. I ain't talking about their members down south. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about body parts. And sometimes it work like that. Guys who can grow hair on their chest and seem like they can grow facial hair and all that, but their legs is beautiful and hairless like a woman. You ever see that? I dated a guy like that before. It used to freak me out. I tell you the one I ain't when it comes to them legs, you better have some separation. You better not have no big ass neither. No, we can't do it. But anyway, getting back to the story, that's why I thought that the the lady Iman, I think her name is Iman Khalif, that was a man. The forehead, the nose, the mouth, the jaw, the long head, the shoulders, chest, stomach, waist. There won't no curves in them waist. Nothing. Even the person that he fought, I'm sorry, fought for the gold with, that person looked rough. But once she was fighting, you could see the girl in her. But when she was walking out, the Asian chick, I was like, God damn, wait a minute, is it two of them? But no, once you can see in her expressions. Let me tell you, guys, y'all have a profound eyebrow, like where your eyebrows are, that bridge over your eye. Y'all's are more profound. It's little stuff like that. Y'all eyelids are more, I don't want to say harder, but I'm gonna just say women's seem like more soft and smoothed out than men. It's a whole lot of little things that you could tell. You know what I'm saying? And don't have a what's that dimple in the chin or anything like that. It's gonna be a curve somewhere if it's a female. And that motherfucker ain't have no curves. I don't care what nobody say. So my bottom line is to say it would be inhumane to change the gender of anybody when they're a child, because a child don't know everything yet. They ain't got enough knowledge to make no decision like that, and nobody on earth should make that decision for anybody. But so that means if you get to go through puberty as a male, you will always, for the most part, beat any woman, and that's just not fair. There is a section for males to fight. It's called men boxing and female boxing in the Olympics. But I guess I don't. That's like, I don't know how that person can rejoice in their win. That's like fighting a baby. But that's all I had to say. I was wondering what y'all thought of it. Tax tact. Welcome to the building. That's a mouthful. Tax tact. He said facts. Indeed, it's facts. That was the man, y'all. And I was looking hard because I heard about it. I seen the pictures, and I was, oh my God, you won't believe the searches I was doing to try to catch his fights, her fights. I'm sorry. And I was looking hard. I mean, you see how muscular Sha'Carri Richardson is, but that's a woman all day long. Them women sprinters, they look hard, like muscular and all that, but you see the curves. We can't get away from the curves, y'all. Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz, and more. What's happening in the building? He said, peace, sister. Peace to you. So that's what I wanted. I just wanted to hear what y'all had to say about that. But let me get to the T.O. thing. First of all, let me get on his ass. And now I was a fan of T.O. and understanding and empathetic for the predicament he found himself in. The fight matters when the fight happens. No matter what happens prior to the fight, you still got to get out there and perform. We can think of a lot of fighters that went into the fight not all the way there mentally, and we know boxing is a real mental game. And just not being there mentally can fuck you all the way up, but physically too. Now, T.O. had a medical condition. A lot of people believed him. Some people didn't. I was one of the people that said, I believe him because I've been watching T.O., right? A lot of people came up and was like, oh, T.O. racist. I was like, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's navigating these shark-infested waters called the business of boxing. And he's young. And maybe they know stuff. Maybe you don't. Sometimes you can get lucky and hit the mark. Sometimes you can't. But all these fighters got to go through that. So I was empathetic to him. Bruce Gas, he said, oh, y'all speaking to each other. So he finding it hard to navigate, as I said. So a little empathy was warranted. True enough, the boxing community can expect that when you reach the top of your career level or whatever it is you're doing, you're gonna have haters. You're gonna have haters, you're gonna have people gunning for you. And that's what Terrence Crawford is now going through. He wanted it. I mean, he chose his boxing career. Terrence know that that's gonna come with it, being a boxer and all that. He's at the top. You can't deny him now. No matter how y'all feel or what you say, you can't deny him. So here's T.O. This is what I really think. T.O. out there trying to dare himself to be great. Did some remarkable things. Okay. Got flaws like every other fighter got flaws. We can name some flaws with Terrence too. Earl Spence, all of them, they have flaws. But you do the best you can and you try to make the right moves. But if you're serious about your career and you want legacy and you want to make the money, there's a way to do it. You have to go step by step. You don't go from first grade to fifth grade, do you? Don't that sound crazy? You go from first grade to second, from second to third, from third, you know what I'm saying? All the way to 12 till you finish. Everything is a stepping stone. You don't become a doctor first and then, oh, by the way, let me go get my bachelor's degree. No, that's not how it works. So in boxing, they got their protocol and their sequence of events. When you get into the business of trying to circumvent that sequence of events, that's when you're going to have problems. And that's what I see going on with T.O. now. I can't defend him. I can't do nothing. Even when he was running around here calling himself undisputed, and everybody know his ass won't undisputed. Even Canelo knew he won't undisputed. But he was going around and saying, and I was like, y'all, the powers that be or the people that matter, the commentators that matter, they the ones who's saying it and putting it in his head. I mean, just put yourself in his shoes. If Jim was it Jim Lampton? No, it was the latest commentators. I can't Stephen A. Smith or um what's that one dude that's always on the white guy? I can't even think his name. But if they going around and say, technically, T.O. is undefeated, and they just keep saying that, of course that's what he gonna think. But there's a difference between undefeated and undisputed. And T.O. knows that. But I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Yes, what's his name? Loma Chica had all the belts before T.O. beat him. But Loma Chica was happy with his status right where it was. He had no desire to do nothing more than what he did. And so T.O. fights him and takes all his belts. But Loma Chica won't, to me, that eager to fight Devin Haney. Because Devin Haney wrote a letter to everybody but Santa Claus trying to get that fight. Loma Chico didn't give it to him. He didn't feel he needed it. I don't know why. But I ain't gonna call Loma Chico a punk or he can't fight or nothing like that or that. I just wasn't willing to go that far with it. But Devin had a belt. No matter how we feel about these sanctioning bodies and that they got too many fucking belts, Reggie belts all over the place. Hey, he had a belt. So that meant that Lomo wasn't undisputed. And you never really heard Lomo saying that. Now T.O. beats him, gets all his belts, and now you hear T.O. saying that. So I'm like, all right, calm down, calm down. So then George Kambosos, he won't even on that type of time. I don't even know if he knew he was gonna beat T.O., but he dreamed big and tried, his best, and he actually came out victorious. After they was saying that about him, then you start hearing him refer to himself not as bad as T.O., like he undisputed. It's almost like T.O. got hate, like he resent the fact that they holding Bud up as the first person in the four belt era to get undisputed. The T.O. want to say, nah, that was me. Then when they said two times, then he was like, nah, that was me. Nigga, it won't never you. It won't never you. And I let that pass. And y'all know Bud, my favorite fighter. So it ain't on no bias or nothing like that. But what I really don't like is what I see him doing now. And boxing fans, do not be misled. He is, what y'all say, the young folks say, clout chasing. He clout chasing. He is straight clout chasing. He's trying to make a living off another man's back. Y'all know I hated it when Ryan was doing it. I was so critical of Ryan Garcia when every time he had a fight, he had to bring up Tank Davis. Every fucking time. I was like, Ryan, make your own money. But that's what T.O.'s doing with Bud. Because I was like, why is you constantly challenging Bud? As y'all see the thumbnail, T.O. is 140, and he ain't been at 140 too long. What he had, like 2 or 3 fights at 140. Bud been them past 140. Bud at 154. Why is you trying to fight him? Why do you got venom for Bud? What did Bud do to you? He don't got nothing to do with the decisions you make, whatever predicament you find yourself in. And one thing about T.O., he could sell a fight, I'm sure. I don't know how big, but he could sell a fight because he's an interesting fighter to watch because he does have skills. But T.O. has not got himself in a position where he can make the money that he see all his peers are making. For T.O., it's probably unsettling to him that Devin Haney over there making millions when he's fighting, and here T.O. can barely scratch two. It's probably unsettling for him that Bud Crawford, this vein in everybody's existence a couple of years ago, like Bud caught hell from everybody. Sorry, I'm checking my thing. Ringing. Oh, okay. He caught hell for everybody. If y'all remember Bud's status and his reputation, only true boxing fans was down with Bud. But it was easy. He was this scapegoat. Everybody had something negative. It's almost like I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna equate this to politics. Remember, if y'all really was into history and read y'all books and all that, y'all would know that what's his name, Carter, our President Carter, was actually one of the best presidents in the latter part of the 20th century. And I'm including Obama, Reagan, Daddy Bush, and Bush Jr. I'm including all of them. He was actually one of the best presidents. He did a lot, but his the credit went to Reagan. Kate Crowd was spilled milk, but this is something that during Obama time they kind of found out, and they try to bring him back in slowly. So that's how I look at with the Bud situation. Did nobody want to be attached with him? Did know what? Did nobody want to give him praise unless like real boxers gave him praise, and of course his friends or people he's affiliated with. But everybody else didn't even want to get caught dead saying nothing nice about Bud. Everything was so negative and so not about boxing. And T.O. must think that that's still the case. And I was like, Tio, where you been? Didn't you see the fight July 29th, 2023? A date that would go down in infamy. How Money said, Miss C, Bud should go ahead and scrape Tio. I don't know, but he doing that. Some parts of me think so. Bud would demolish and destroy him because Bud would never take him for granted. But T.O. might, like I said, T.O. fights to the level of his competition. That can be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. Because that means if somebody's a BSC fighter, he don't fight to his personal level. He'll fight to their level and he wind up losing. He'll wind up losing. But when he fight on his level, when he fights somebody that's shown up giving him competition, T.O. shot you. But I don't think he could do shit with Bud. Some kind of way Bud's responsible for him getting a big payday. Don't give a fuck if you become a millionaire or get your millions. Nobody told you to marry the girl with all due respect, nobody told you to marry your wife and then divorce her and go through whatever you're going through. And I ain't gonna get in depth because that's his personal business. But that affected his career. Y'all know he was going through some shit. I was empathetic to that. But this shit with Bud, dude, you fugazi. And then the thing that clinched it, Bud was walking out to go face Madrimal. He was walking out. He was coming down the hall. Everybody knew he was coming. Tail was talking all this shit with somebody, some reporter or whatever, and he was talking like, "Yeah, I'm gonna say something to him." Like, why the fuck would he care about you when he about to have this fight? Bud walked right past him, never even looked his way, kept his eyes straight, ignored the fuck out of him, and TL didn't get rowdy like he claimed he was. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You ain't do shit. And now you look like a punk ass bitch. That's what you look like. That's what you're conveying. That's what you're giving off. Bitch shit. Bitch assness. How they say it. Bitch ass Mitch assness. How about that? You know, and like I said, it's not anybody's fault why you ain't get the big bus. You with Bob Aaron. Bob don't you obviously wasn't Bob's favorite because if he was, he would be paying. But if you look at their weight class, when was it ever a time for Teal and Terrence to square up? It wasn't even in the books. That was something that we would have watched Terrence do his whole career and Teal would have did his whole career. We'd have never thought that they would have matched up because the weight classes and come on now. You go up to 147, you get your ass stumped. If you think you all that, go fight the top dogs at 147 then. Before you keep trying to say something to Terrence. Terrence ain't do nothing to you. Like I say, TL just moved up to 140. And Bud just moved up to 154. When was y'all supposed to meet? I don't recall anything that Bud said or did negatively to T.O. that would make him be feeling like he feel. But boxing fans, y'all just got to see through the minutia. T.O. is clout chasing. I think that's what that means when this young people saying. I would say You trying to get his come up on Bud Crawford's name. Just see if it what it is. Tio don't really want to fight Bud because Bud, he know Bud will kick his ass, but maybe he do. But every time he has a fight, every time he get on the camera, he got something negative to say about Bud. If you really want to fight Bud, Tio, you know what you got to say. You know what you got to do. like Bud said, if you touch my pride, but you ain't doing that. He need to grow up and deal with the fact that he made poor choices and whatever, and that got him in the predicament that he's in. He just need to grow up and face that. I mean, ain't no shame to it. Everybody don't always do something right. Every last one of us listening, and including myself, I guarantee you, we have all had a situation where we made the wrong choice and bad decision and moved the wrong way. So I mean, it happens. It is what it is. So I'm gonna drop the link. In a minute. Sorry, y'all. I put the link in the chat, so if y'all want to join, y'all can join. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking. I ain't gonna talk much longer. Did y'all see? Oh, I saw that. I talked about that. Talked about his loss and all that. So let me move on. We talked about the fact that he got a gripe because he ain't making no money. That ain't our fault. What's up, Jerry? Jerry Tasker is in the building. What's popping? He said, "How you gonna be missing for months and just come back like nothing?" Jerry, I had a lot on my plate. As I was telling you guys, I had my daughter's wedding, which went through beautifully. She's a married woman now. I's married now. She's married. And I sold my house. That was a lot of work. Shout out to Active Activist. He helped me. He was there when I bought the joint. And he was there when I had to get rid of it. The guy who bought my house loved my house. I'm very friendly with them. I go over there. They invite me over to dinner. They got my house looking like something I can't even recognize. The lady of the house, she got flair. She's good at decorating. I have just a plain house, and I know moving forward, I'm not crowding up my house. I don't want to deal with clutter. I'm waiting now. I think it's gonna be like 6 months before my house is built. They're building on it now. Jerry said, "How you gonna-" oh, he's already said that. He said, "Miss T, love, thank you, Jerry. Love to you too." Uh, so now we're gonna get into the Canelo thing. As I was speaking on it a little bit in the beginning, Canelo don't want to fight Bud, and I keep saying why. That's the easiest choice to make. If Bud is puny, Bud is a little guy coming up, why not fight Bud? But y'all gotta understand, into the casuals, this man has did everything in boxing that you could possibly do. He can't go backwards. You shouldn't expect him to go backwards. And if you look at your own life and your own careers and whatever endeavors you find yourself in, you don't go backwards. You don't go backwards. That how do you grow going backwards? He done cleaned out the 140 division, cleaned out the 147. And now he's aiming to clean out the 154. But he would like a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Now, as much as I love Bud and all that, Father Time is not defeated. It's Father Time is undefeated. But when you treat yourself like Bud treat himself, he has a little bit longer in the tank than most of us do. Bud eats right, he trains, he lives a healthy, non-messy life. Because mess can cause you stress and have you all bent out of shape. You know what I'm saying? So he don't go through all that crap. He ain't hanging with crazy people. Chino, welcome to the page. What's popping? Hey, can all of y'all do me a favor? Please, 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 because you're a
Amazing, incredible,
sure are.
outstanding,
Mm.
amazing.
Now hit that damn like button and subscribe button so you can become amazing. He said, I don't feel like he clout chasing when he fights elite fighters. That's when Tio gets very dangerous. He is, well, Chino, I can't even say I see how you say that, but he is. When was him and Bud on the path to fight? When was anybody thinking it, looking for it? When was that? Jared said, "You looking good, gal." Thank you, Jared. I try. I thought I had the picture of me in my wedding dress. My daughter did a Princess and the Frog wedding. So when we came downstairs in the hotel, and we was on Disney. So we was in the hotels on Disney. And the kids, everybody, they was looking at us like they thought we was straight out of New Orleans for real. Yeah, my dress looked real good. I tried eventually to get the picture up here, but I liked it. um, Thank you though. Chino said Bud should worry about boots. Why, Chino? I dropped the link, Chino. You can come in and explain. I ain't gonna bite you, Chino, unless you want me to. Tio is the one calling and chasing Bud for the fight. But how unrealistic, like let's be real. How unrealistic is all of this calling out? Let's be real, Chino. When was Bud and Tio on a trajectory path where they was gonna meet up? Who thought that? They in two different weight classes. Nobody was thinking that. Tio it has not accomplished some things that he's bragging about. You telling me all the accomplishments that Bud has, he should look at a person like Tio? But you like I said, I dropped the link. You can come explain it. We friendly over here. Jared said, Tio looking for a payday. That's it. That's all. Jared, hey, that's it. That's all. That is why he keeps mentioning Tank and Bud only paydays near him. Exactly. Exactly. Like I'm not faulting T.O. for wanting money. I'm just questioning the way in which he going about it. Why would any man, whether y'all boxing, whether y'all talking about millions of dollars, or whether you talking about thousandaires or whatever, why would y'all try to boost your living off the back of some other man? That if you're a man, be creative and stand 10 toes down on your manhood. What do Bud got to do with why he don't get the paydays he got? That Bud ain't his daddy, ain't his uncle, he ain't in control. He got his daddy. So that's all see through. And some people better be lucky Bud got the compassion that he do, because Bud could go beat his ass to a pulp and destroy all the rest of his career. Then what? Bud could do that. You know what I'm saying? He said, just like Bud move up 2 weights, why can't TL do it? If TL want to move up, move up. Uh, like if he wants to move up to 147, move up. Y'all got y'all boots at 147 waiting for him. Boots claim he always claimed don't nobody want to fight him. Go fight Boots. To fight for Bud to look at them two, that's going backwards. Since when has T.O. been a pay-per-view star? Since when has T.O. sold out arenas? And Boots for that matter. Neither one of them has done that. So why would that be good business for Bud at the end of his career to go back to them? Let's keep it real. Keep it all the way real. That don't even make sense. It's like what Jerry said. He just want a payday. And I can't fault him for wanting a payday. I'm just questioning his manner in which he's doing it. He ain't never been a clout chaser. He ain't never did that. T.O. was always a good fighter. And I always had empathy and gave him the benefit of the doubt no matter what people said about him. When they was like, "Oh, he's racist," I said, "No, Tio ain't racist." Oh, no excuse, Camboso's just better. I said, "Nah, Camboso's caught a lucky break because Tio won't at his best. He was sick." Realizing that you can't complain about it. You just, it's boxing. It's what it is. That's unfortunate. You can't say, "Yo, on my stomach, I got the bubble guts today." Man, if somebody hit me in the stomach, I'm liable to shit on myself. You can't do none of that. You gotta go by what it is going on that day. When Floyd Mayweather fought Maidana, if y'all remember, it was it wasn't close to me because I don't know what the fuck Maidana was doing. And that was the day that I stopped liking High Top. What's his name? Damn. I don't know how I get here and just start forgetting people name. Yo, what's that referee with the high top fade? The kid play. Whatever his name. He didn't age. You can see the age in him. But I stopped liking him when he refed it because I said, "Oh, nigga, you would cheat." Because Maidana was doing some blatant cheating. He was kneeing him, he was biting, he was doing a whole lot of shit. And oh boy didn't want to call it. And then you heard the cards at the end, majority. Nah, that was Canelo. I'm sorry. Um, they wanted Maidana to win because he got more rounds than the average person who fight Floyd. Some kind of way that equates to a win, just like Bud fighting Madrimal, because Madrimal seemed like he was able to hold on and make it to the 12th round, and it go to decision. Some kind of way Madrimal won the fight. That's hate. My homeboy said that shit. I said, "Boy, you hate Bud so bad." I don't know. A man that never says or does nothing to people, he gets some hate, boy. TL calling out Bud is no different than Bud calling out Canelo. Bud also looking for a big payday. But yeah, and Bud has a right. When TL is still in his 20s. When TL gets 36, I'm gonna say that about him too. Bud has a right to only want the big paydays because in his 20s, he didn't have luck like a Devin Haney. The only spoon fed boxer that I can think of at the moment is a Devin Haney. Oh, yes. Yes, I said it. Where you at, E3? Yeah, I said it. Devin Haney, spoon fed. Yeah. Because if you look at most people's careers, they have to build up to that. Devin Haney ain't had to build up to shit. Chino said Tio and Bud looking for a good payday. That's fact though. Yeah, they both. And I ain't saying Tio don't deserve one. But dude, you gotta grind it out like Bud had. Did anybody feel sorry for Bud? Isn't Bud just now getting his just rewards? Isn't he just now getting that? When Bud was in his 20s, did anybody give a fuck? Did anybody care? Do y'all remember that Bud had two promoters that he was paying? And every time he fought, he had to pay both of them 30%, whatever the cut was. Y'all remember that? Did you hear him crying about it? Did you hear him complain about it? No, he just did it. You think he was making a lot of money? You think he got out of poverty, even though he was on HBO or whatever, boxing and shit? Even when he won his title, you think he just all of a sudden got rich? Bud had to wait. And there was so many barriers and monkey wrenches thrown in his pathway. But did he once cry? The closest he came to crying is when he beat the dog shit out of Earl Spence. And he was nice that whole thing. He was nice about it. At the end, when what's his name? Gray. Is it Steve Gray? Jim Gray. Fucking up people's names, sorry. When Jim Gray said, I could basically see the emotion, he said, "I could cry." He said, "I could see it in your eyes. I could see it. I could hear it in his voice." But Bud, the man, he too prideful for that. But Bud could have just dropped to his knees and cried like a baby. Floyd did it. All the greats have done it. But Bud ain't gonna let you see him like that. But then he had to wait. He finally got his just rewards and praise and what was due to him. He just got that fighting Earl Spence last year, July 29th, 2023. So nobody should be sitting up here thinking that T.O. For what? You in your 20s, dude. You got a chance to change it around. Look at Tank. Tank go through shit with Mayweather. I don't even know how them two alphas be around each other, but now look at Tank. Tank is happy about his career. Y'all can say what y'all want about Tank all day long. Whether he fight people or not, dude got big paydays. Him and Ryan made a good decision. That's another thing. Ryan the same way. Ryan has never been a champion. Don't that shock y'all? He's never been a champion. But he one of the richest motherfuckers out there fighting. So how you gonna affect them and their bottom line when the fighters want to be famous, they want to have their legacy, they want to become champion, undisputed. There's a lot of goals that their fighters want to be meeting in their life, in their career, just like basketball players, NBAs, hockey players, or whoever. There's these goals, but sometimes if you got one, sometimes that suffice for some people, and most of the time it's always going to be the money. So when you got money, you don't even have to say you're sorry. You can do what you want. Look at Ryan. And I'm not even mad at Ryan. Ryan did some house cleaning and exposing, which I'm glad he did that. Jerry said Matrimony never been on pay-per-view and also only had 11 fights. Well, 10 until it turns, I think, makes 11. I think, Jerry. Um, but I could be wrong. Not too often you see a 40-0 fighter go against a fighter with 11 fights. But I think we all can see that Matrimov was not a pushover. I don't know if that's how y'all see it, but that's how I saw it. I saw a more cautious Bud Crawford. I saw a more patient Bud Crawford, and he took his time. And he didn't fly out the handle. He, throw caution to the wind. And he did all that for a reason because he knew who he was in the ring with. And Bud totally respects this dude. So this dude was not a pushover or anything like that. He was Bud was right to pick him. And again, just like when Bud was making his rounds at 147, if this person don't want to fight you, if scary ass Charlo gonna dip out on you, Canelo scary ass dipping out on you, he trying to make the big fights. Spence didn't even want the rematch. That's why it didn't happen. Who you gonna fight? You just gotta go down the list and pick the top dog by sequence of events. Like who's next in line? Next. You just gotta do that. Bowling Understanding is in the building. What's popping, King? He said, salute, Queen T. Salute to you. Jimmy Trice, welcome to the podcast. He said, Bud will beat everybody else, but T.O. Bud running from T.O. Dude, you got to be crazy coming over here. What?
Congratulations. Well done.
You said something. I need to applaud you. That was crazy. Jimmy Trice, I know you didn't say that. Y'all, I put I thought I did. What's 1 second? I'm gonna put it up again. I dropped the link if y'all want to come through. Just come on through. Like I said, I don't bite unless you want me to. Jerry said I had Bud winning against Madrimal, but it was razor close. Jerry, I had him winning, but I don't think it was close. You know why? You can't feint your way to a victory. That's all he did. He was feinting too much. He didn't even throw combinations. So I don't know how you're supposed to beat Bud with just one shot here and there. In his mind, he had deduced that this is what I think Madrimal did. In his mind, he deduced that he could hit Bud one time, one good time, and that's gonna crumble Bud or get him off the square. But that's how much he believed in his power. And I ain't knocking him. I mean, we see fighters do that, and we see that they fall to the wayside. Like one of my other favorite fighters, Deontay Wilder. Everybody's waiting for Tank to fall to the wayside because he in love with his power too. So we got history on the books of fighters being in love with their power and wound up losing the fight altogether because they just think it. If I just gotta catch him one time. Well, if 36 minutes go by and you couldn't catch him, and he caught Bud a couple of times, but Bud went ate through it. We know that Bud hurt him, and y'all know he did. He fell into Bud one time. Sorry, y'all. He fell into Bud one time when they were fighting. So he just Bud caught him a couple of times. And let me see, if you looked at his face after the fight, that told you everything. You know what I'm saying? But he was not an easy win, and I would never say that. And easy overall for what they did is chess, not checkers. But he wasn't going to be an easy win. Let me say it like that. But Bud easily beat him. I got Bud scalding, because again, you can faint, but faint don't win fights. It helps you get in a great position so you can take over, but you can't faint through a whole fight and you supposed to win. No, he didn't throw no combinations. He threw a punch here, a punch there, and that's why Bud beat his ass easy. But Bud know that that's just he's not a joke. He I would say if Bud I can't speak for Bud, but I would think that Bud could think that like somebody like the Spence couldn't beat Matrimon. Boost Ennis couldn't beat a Matrimon. Why? Because they flawed in certain areas. They get hit. And if somebody got power, we already see Spence, you couldn't even take Bud power. So I'm sure, and Bud knows that Madrigal hits hard. Jared said, "Well, Bud needs somebody to fight. If not Canelo, then who?" Word is Madrigal fight did just 200,000, and we'll never know the truth. But again, like as far as reaching goals and metrics in boxing, I don't care if Bud do nothing else. He done met them all. any argument that anybody could stand up or debate, and I ain't saying we arguing, Jerry, but any argument or a debate that anybody can have about Bud Crawford, you lost. He done it all, and he did it before everybody else did it. So I mean, then you got anyway, you got Usyk, which I like Usyk. Usyk is a real boxer. He's a real problem. I like Usyk. Now he done it twice. That's what happens when you get with elite fighters. That shit like this can happen. But as y'all know, people will throw roadblocks all in your way. You don't never hear Usyk out there acting a fool, complaining, nothing. He just be like, "Let me get in the ring." That's how. To me, it's the mark of a real fighter. Somebody showing up about their shit. In a way, I don't know. I mean, but I ain't gonna knock him because motherfucker be hurting people. But I mean, I don't pay that much attention to the lower weight fighters. Jimmy Trice said, "I just want that fight bad, so I'm instigating." I hear you, Jimmy, but yeah, Boots ain't. Boots had an opportunity, and that's what people got to think about when they bring up Boots. He had an opportunity. I don't want to rehash old shit, but we all know he had an opportunity, two opportunities that he, a grown man, chose not to take. So nobody should ever feel sorry about Boots not getting the fights that he want or need because he did it to himself. When you think about Usyk, Usyk kept moving forward and upward. He never looked back, but he ain't turned down shit. Bud Crawford has did his whole career like that. He didn't turn down shit. Bud never, there's nothing about his career that can make you think that dude had a silver spoon in his mouth or he was getting everything easy. Nothing, you know. Um, Jared said those feints caused Bud to reposition all night, thus keeping his punch output low. But who had the higher punch output? It's just like that fight with De Los Santos and Shakur Stevenson. A lot of people complain about that, and they be like Shakur boring. And I mean, I can't really put up an argument. for his last couple of performances. I went to the fight when he fought Jamel Herring, and that was a good ass fight. Shakur is that skillful that it could have been a bad day, which is no excuse. He could have, like, I heard his hand was hurt. Could be true. There's no excuse. But when you that damn good, to me, it was for De Los Santos to make it a grimy fight, to make it, I he ain't got to cheat to do it. He could have just made it a rugged fight. You can't get mad at Shakur because De Los Santos don't know how to cut the ring or stop him from moving or jump on his ass and beat him to a pulp. You can't get mad at Shakur. That was for De Los Santos to do. Shakur did what he wanted to do, and he did it with ease. But like Rigondeaux, he gonna catch the grief from it. So that's Shakur. Okay, Shakur been calling. It's different with Shakur. He been calling out people. I don't think he been turning down stuff. They've been turning down stuff with him. I don't think Shakur. Now I could be wrong, but I don't follow him that hard. But I don't think he been turning down a lot of stuff. I think he really been out there trying to get fights made, and I don't know, for the business of boxing, it don't happen. But that's him. He got to navigate that shark infested water called business of boxing. That's what he got. Every last one of them got to do it. So it's important the moves you make and what you do and this, that, and other. But T.O., he making himself look worse to me. And I ain't saying it just because Bud my favorite fighter. He just really is. Do anybody in here really think that T.O. can beat Bud? Really? He said, why you don't have super chat, lady? Um, that's a good question, Jimmy. Um, Well, I got the Cash App, so y'all can do that. Boxing Fans Talk TV is right there up on the thing. Um, I don't know what was going on with my YouTube. This is my third year actually in it. Somewhere around a year and a half or something like that, it stopped um rewarding me credit like YouTube. Like I remember I was like 300 almost like 259 or so, I don't know, like close to 300 views left that I needed out of 4,000. And that next day I got up and I went in there and I was so happy because I was like, I'm getting close. And it knocked me down to 2,500. And then it knocked me down again to like 1,900. And I was like, well, what the hell happened? I've complained literally to YouTube several times and they don't answer me. I don't know why they wasn't giving me the credit. I don't know if I really can't explain it. I really can't. I've known people to say, yeah, I subscribe to your show and I don't the needle did not move for after it didn't move for like a year and a half. I was like, it's broke. I don't know. It's broke dick. I don't know. But please, that's why I tell you guys, please, 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 for your girl, for the win. Hit the like and subscribe button. Hopefully things will get better. That's all I can do is hope for the best. I do this because I love boxing and I didn't want to start over and all that stuff. But I just like having conversations about boxing and talking to you guys. You guys brighten up my day. And we done had some moments on here. Jimmy Trice said, no, Boots, I want Bud and T.O. I don't think T.O. deserves it. He not like as a person don't deserve a good payday and this, that, and other. If you say Bud ain't shit and he's grimy, you got all this negative shit to say about Bud, but yet you begging for a fight with Bud, then why would you want to fight Bud? That's the question that somebody need to pose to T.O. Like, why would you want to fight him if he ain't a pay-per-view star, like you said? He ain't shit. He easy to fight. Why do you want to fight him? How is that gonna be your big payday? He could never explain that because he know fighting Bud would be his big payday and big props. Because who else has done it? As long as Bud keeps winning, nobody else has done it. Nobody else has beat him. That's his edge. No matter how we feel about him. Y'all not maybe specifically not some of y'all in this chat right now, but y'all, when I say y'all know them Earl sexuals. They swore Earl was the second coming. And I was like, wow, he's not that great of a boxer at all. And I don't know how people did not see that. And they want to say, oh, he was high, he was whatever. Dude, a lot of people got lazy eyes. If you're looking at me right now, you see I got a lazy eye. I got a definite lazy eye. Sometimes they both get real closed up, but for the most part, when I'm talking, I'm which one? It's the right. The right is slanted and lazy. It's always been that way. And the left one is more open. But Errol Spence got lazy eye. Oh, he's high. He wasn't himself. No, he was himself. I'm sure he did everything he got to do. He ate. He was well replenished. He did everything he got to do to get in the ring, and he thought he was gonna win that night. You see the look on Derek's face. I mean, what expression was anybody looking at? But it was like, oh shit, we in trouble. This ain't gonna go our way tonight. No, he thought he was gonna win because he was buying up his own press clippings. He was eating that shit up. And people who keeping it real, keeping it 100 for the boxing fans out there, the casuals, we knew all along that Bud was gonna beat the shit out of him. We just know. What don't Bud do good? What don't he do good? And Bud got a couple of flaws. Like sometimes when you get a good lick on Bud, he wants his get back right away. That's your end. To anybody listening, and it's like they know it. I'm not telling the secret. That is your end, but nobody capitalized on it. That's your end. Now, Tio, you trying to get a payday. Okay, cool. I can't be mad at you getting a payday. But stop going about stop cloud chasing. Stop putting this nigga down. We not going backwards. You know how Kamala Harris team, her campaign, we not going back. Speaking of which, I ain't gonna be on here too long because I want to see some of that. Barack is speaking tonight and Michelle. So I want to get to looking at that. And shout out to that Texas congressman. She a little firecracker. That's the first time I ever seen her. Everybody was like, "Oh man, she a firecracker. She a little firecracker, man." She was she was kicking facts. Shout out to Texas for electing some cool people. Y'all just gotta get rid of that damn Dracula looking motherfucker. I forgot his name. Like I forgot everybody's name because I had to stop watching politics just to keep my sanity. What was the name? I was gonna call his ass Errol Spence. Ah, shit. That senator y'all got who gays ass motherfucker. Never mind. I ain't even talking about it. Jared said you can't stop a fighter that will run all night. Tons of examples to list. Here's a recent one: Canelo versus Charlo. You can, Jerry. You can't never say can't. You can do anything. Earl Spence has two detached retinas and fought for 12 years in the same weight class, busting at the seams. What two detached retinas? I've only known about one, Jerry. I'm being serious. I only know about the one that he got the surgery from. Now, who else broke his eye? Remember, he was the eye collector. He was the bone collector. Shit, he was a receiver like a motherfucker July 29th, 2023. He was the best receiver. He was the wide receiver that night. Mm-hmm. You want to know eye collector, bone collector, my ass. He was receiving. He was on the receiving team, the special teams, whatever. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about with the football, y'all. So, but yeah, Earl Spence, honest to God, Jerry, I didn't know he had two detached retinas. I only knew about one. And then I heard other fighters talking about when they had the same kind of injury, it was pretty much lights out. It was over for them career wise. I mean, I get it that they love boxing. Ain't nothing worse than loving something and you can't do it, even though mentally you know you can do it, and mentally you know you got the talent to do it, but your body won't let you do it. Trust me, I had my thyroid removed, y'all. You know that's my war story. Like the things I can't do or couldn't do at that time was so shocking to me, even to this day. Like I'm happy that I got a strong mind to get past all that. Jerry said, ha ha ha. Yeah, he was the eye collector, then got his eyes collected big time and his lips. The look on some of them people faces in the audience. I'm sorry, y'all. That is a date that will live in infamy for me. I love it because we went through 5 years of this back and forth, back and forth. And I said, going forward, I'm gonna try not to get caught up like that. That's why I'm speaking on the TO thing. But hey, good luck to TO. I don't got no hate for him, but chasing Bud, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve a match with Bud. And Bud would be looking backwards. He will be demoting his own self to fight somebody like T.O. T.O. hasn't done enough to make Bud say, yeah, that's a big fight right there. Boost neither. That nigga had to get awarded a belt. He ain't winning off of nobody. But that's what happened when y'all put people on the pedestal. I was looking at Bud for years before I started saying that nigga the truth. But that's not, some of y'all get the boxing fans to the casuals that's watching me. Don't get caught up in that. I just cut through the minutia and let y'all know that T.O. is full of shit right now. He just want a payday. And he think by putting down Bud Crawford, he's gonna get one. And talking negative about him, you missed the boat, T.O. The time to do that was 5 years ago. So anybody think about T.O. ass. I used to be an empathetic fan for him. I just can't. Not when they doing bullshit. Get back on the right track, T.O. I hope that for you. Canelo, you ducking. You're ducking. You coming up with all these reasons. And then Mr. Turkey out of sheet with all the money was like, hey, he got the money to give to you. And you still don't want it. You scared. That's what it is, y'all. It ain't about, I don't want to hurt him. Boxing is a balanced sport, casual fans. Don't get misled. Be mindful. I saw that. I don't know why these people be doing. Do be mindful. Have demeanor. Whatever. Don't get misled. In other words, boxing is a violent sport. Most sports are kind of violent, and they're necessary because you take sports out of society, and you'll have nothing but fighting every day and every time you turn around. That energy that's built up in each and every one of us needs to be expelled productively and in a way that's gonna progress you in your life where you have success. They don't need to be taking that energy and fighting in the streets, all that bullshit. Like sometimes Tank be talking about, don't do it, Tank. Fight them in the ring and beat their ass. You get all the money. You know what I'm saying? So the sport is necessary, but casuals, just remember, boxing is a violent sport. It's violent. So it ain't no such thing as I don't want to hurt this little boy. Remember when Mikey Garcia talked all that shit? Thought he could do something with motherfucking Spence. Got his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Destiny, I'm good. I'm on the podcast. I don't know if you're watching, but I'm good. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, if you haven't hit it, hit it. But if you have, don't touch it. But hit that like button. So Canelo's ducking. That's all. I'm just being honest. That's how y'all gotta look at it. If somebody saying, "Yeah, I'll give you 150 million," or some crazy ass amount like that, and all you gotta do is fight this person you say is easy to win. They small, they broke dick compared to you. You wouldn't take it. I'll get in the ring with all of them. All they gotta do is give me 500,000 or 1 million. I mean, come on. I'll dance around that ring. I'll move around. I'll cover up. I'll rope a dope like a motherfucker until I get through one round. And I don't even have to go the whole round. I can take a dive at 40 seconds. But for that money, fuck yeah. And you already know the sport is violent. What Canelo? Why? Why? And everybody he fight these days in the last few years, 5, 6, 10 years maybe, he fight people he know he can beat. Jerry said, but I like Earl. He gave a lot to the sport. He should retire. He is shot and was shot in the Crawford fight also. I don't think he was shot in that Crawford fight. He never lost to the end. So how is he shot? I don't think he was shot. His hard life was going to catch up with him for sure because he didn't live a boxer life. And he even said that. So I'm not saying nothing about Earl that he didn't say. He said he didn't live it. And that shit would catch up. Once everybody get 30, they know the real deal. M, how you say this? E-Man. E-Man. No, not man. E-Men. I hope I'm saying it right, baby. He said Teal is a 2-time lineal champion. That's good. He can get a cookie. That don't mean nothing. So is Bud, but Teal ain't never been undisputed. Think of all the accolades that Bud has gotten. He's never had that. Teal is a day late and a dollar short, and they not on the same path. Fight Devin, fight Boots, fight There's this Subriel Matias. Fight these guys. They in your weight class. You cannot beat Bud. There's nobody who realistically think he can. Only thing I will give Tio is that he does fight to the level of his competition, and he wind up shocking you. That's the only thing I give him. But he ain't gonna do shit with Bud. Jared said, "So who should Bud fight?" T. Jared, it's beyond that at this point. He should fight who he wants to fight and what he can get. If he can't get no fight, and I guess he'll go off and retire. He should do what the hell he want to do. And I would say that about each and every last one of y'all within earshot of my voice. When you come into the end of your career, it's Burger King, get it your way. You should be able to sleep in late, come in late. Shit, my last 6 months of my job. The shit that I said and got away with, Lord have mercy. I wouldn't have did that 20 years earlier. But them last 6 months, I come in, assess the area, look around. I'm not finna be up in this bitch all day. I'm not even gonna stay here 2 hours. Hey, I got an appointment. They couldn't do shit. They couldn't check. I can say this now. I didn't say it then. But that is that sweet spot in the military when you about to retire. When you're about to retire, you belong to what they call it, disability people, like when you getting checked out medically and all that before you leave, you belong to them. That system they use is not the same system that's used when you're active duty. So for me saying I got an appointment, who they gonna call to check? And the day come when one of them motherfucking gung-ho motherfuckers be like, I'm a check. I'm gonna see. I mean, I like, if you don't back the fuck up, sir, you ain't finna check shit. And not a CO, none of them can say anything. And it's good that it's like that because they have to separate that. If you're gonna get fair justice and equal whatever, you have to have that separated. Because sometimes people in the military, they be on one too. Trying to throw monkey wrench, hating, all that good shit. So my last 6 months, nigga, I had an appointment every fucking day. They was just shaking their head. Hey, if you ain't get it out me in the 20 years that I've been here, then you ain't finna get it. That's how I felt. Yeah, I said it, podcast said, I disagree, Miss T. T.O. deserves that ass whooping. I mean, I see people saying they want Bud to whoop his ass, E Thriller, but I don't think he deserved a fight. I'm not saying Bud wouldn't give it to him. I don't know what Bud would do. Because I'm really at that point. If whatever Bud wants to do is fine with me. He don't got nothing to prove. Shit, July 29th, 2023, as I say, is a date that'll live in infamy. I done seen all I need to see. And of course I want to see more. But he is not on Bud's level. And Bud is ignoring him because he know what he's doing it for. That's why Bud is smarter than most people think. And so he know what he's doing it for. But T.O. ain't no competition to Bud, not that I think. But some people want him to get his ass whipped from all that talking. Like a E Thriller. I was the dumb one saying, oh, when people were saying T.O.'s be sounding like a racist motherfucker. He be saying some crazy off the wall shit. I'm like, no, he's not racist. Oh, T.O. just a lie. He's no everything negative they used to say about T.O. I be like, no, he's kind of cool. I don't know if y'all remember that. Everything's good with T.O. But now, and it ain't just because Bud my favorite fighter. I clearly see he trying to come up on another man because he made the bad choice and bad decision, the business decisions he made. Bud has made them. Spence has made them. So many fighters greater than him has made bad choices and decisions. It come with the territory. You got to live and you learn trial by error. But what do Bud got to do with his bad decisions and choices that he made? It's his fault in the end of the day that he ain't getting paid what he want to get paid. But you don't make a matter worse by doing this clout chasing shit, because that's all you're trying to do. In the same breath, trying to say Bud ain't shit, Bud don't make no money, Bud ain't no pay-per-view. What the fuck you want to fight him for? That's what I see it, E-Thriller. E-Man said Canelo would go backwards fighting Crawford. That would be a cherry pick. No, it won't. Know why it won't? Because it's been between Canelo and Crawford for the last however many years, 4, 5 years, who is number one and who is number two, pound for pound, best of all. It's been between them two. And Canelo used to fight at 147. So while he turn around and be like, oh, you too little, he's coming up. Hey, you used to fight at 147. You fought at 150 something when you fought Floyd. You done went through all of them. You done got as high as 175. Let Gennady Golovkin tell it. Canelo, before he even had his appearance here in the States, he used to spar with him. And he was always a big ass nigga. He's always been a weight bully, like Triple G said. So Canelo was never really fighting at this weight. What he had in his arsenal, because there's some people in life that'll be like this. They can lose weight like nobody business. You know, some people can, some people can't. Some people it'll be the death of them, and some people make it look easy. Spence did it for years. Big as he is, he did it for years. He got down to 147. Some people can't do that. So if the rules don't say don't be a weight bully, the rules say if you can fight at that weight, so be it. Jared says, so I guess Canelo can do what he wants to do also then. Canelo is way younger than Bud. And I don't know if this is into his career. It should be. I mean, what more can he do? But I mean, yeah, if he 30, if he once you over 35, you're not no longer young. Like you're lucky if you still can be in this boxing game, because the boxing game is really a young man's or young woman's game. It ain't really for nobody over 35. 35 and up, you're not young no more. You ain't no spring chicken. You can't attribute that shit to your name never again. In life, in any situation, you're not young. And it depends on your genetics and how you've treated your body, where your decline will start. Like Paulie Malignaggi. Y'all saw him decline drastically, and he was 31, 32. The Magic Man, my ass. He know boxing too, but oh Lord, it was over. It was obvious you cannot get no better than that. We haven't seen that, I guess, with Canelo yet, but I can't tell because Canelo keep fighting people that he know he can win. I mean that's what I see. I don't ever see him try to fight nobody he don't know about. Like, I don't know if I could beat this nigga right here. He tried. He really thought he could beat Bivol, but he got a rude awakening. Jimmy Trice said T.O. earned that fight when he sat in the when he sat in at the post fight with Bud. Yeah, they said they should fight. Mm. Well, I guess everybody see it differently. Jerry said that's the military T. Life don't work like that. You won't stay. You want to stay relevant in boxing, you better fight somebody. Canelo learning this now himself. And I get that. I get that, y'all. I get that. But if I'm Bud Crawford, I'm going to bigger and better things. I'm not looking backwards. TL has never, to me, heard of as a pay-per-view star or selling out arenas. Why would Bud go backwards? If everybody and their mama want to say that is Bud problem, he can't sell a fight. He ain't a pay-per-view star. Why would he match up with somebody who's just as worse as he is, according to them? E Thriller said, I can't stand TL. I know that's right. He said, Bud been clout chasing Canelo for damn near two. I don't see how. I don't see how. I don't see how. Saying clout chasing and Bud is two different. Nah. Mm-mm. I'm sorry. I can't agree with that. Because if Bud been saying he want to fight Canelo, he really do want to fight Canelo. T.O., I don't know if he really do want to fight Bud. Uh, Ryan, when he used to clout chase, Ryan had to get to a point where he wanted to fight Tank. Now, he said he did, but he never made moves that he did, that he wanted to. Boost in it, say he want this, but then he don't make moves like he want to. What up, Bo? You got the evidence right there on the, look at that eye. What's up, Bo?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. How you been?
Been all right, just busy pretty much for the most part.
Yeah, it get like that in life.
hmm
Whew. Yeah, like that. What I just went through, whew, June was a hot month for me. That was a lot of work, man. I had that wedding, and then when I got back, I had 1 week to sell a house. And that means I ain't packed up nothing really before I left, so I had to pack all that shit. Active activist, he came through like a champ, man. He was
Oh, you
like,
sold you
man.
sold the house? You sold your house?
Yeah, I sold my house. I'm moving back to the DMV area. I'm moving back to
Oh,
Virginia.
okay, okay.
I
You
got to
said
go back home.
you said you got married?
My daughter did.
Oh, okay, okay. Congrats.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But like the mother of the bride, if I think it's supposed to be the father of the bride, but shit, the mother of the bride got the bill this time. Like I was paying for that shit for 2 years, man. I done did all kinds of little jobs here and there to make a little money.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Man.
Yeah, well, he bought the cow, so so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
My son-in-law. Only thing that they be saying to me that I don't like, and I try not to show them I don't like, because if you show somebody you don't like something, they'll keep doing it. That honey be talking about, well, I ain't having no babies till 10 years from now. I'm like, the hell you not? Like, that's what I want to say. You better run
Yeah.
me my grandbabies. I'm ready. But I don't have nothing to say about that. She lets me know all the time. She the queen bee over there. So
Yeah, yeah.
how's your little girl?
She doing good. Getting ready to go to high school.
Oh, you got a little one.
hmm
Oh, damn. Everybody's kid. My little sister's son starting high school. Everybody I know kids starting high school this year. I was like, I don't miss it. Let me tell you, look, Bo, when they
Yeah.
get to that point, because this is what I'm going through right now. When your kid is grown, or your kids are grown, and you ain't got to be responsible. Don't get me wrong. If my daughter looking at this, she know I love her to death. But
Mhm.
that feeling when she came off the books, nigga, damn. I was over this bitch cutting the jig. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that to people. Like, it is such a thing. Like, it is the actual thing I'm going through. Cause I'm like, your insurance go from $300-400 a month to like barely 100. Your phone bill is under 100. Like,
Mhm.
woo. No more medical, dental, vision. Now, all I
Wow.
could do is thank God that I was able to do what I was supposed to do as a parent. That's all I could do. But now that it's over and all the money that I get come to me, And every time I'm ready to go swim, I only have to think about me. Whew. Oh, something to look forward to. Jerry know about that. But what you think about all the stuff I was talking about?
With the which one? The Crawford name?
Well, Tio, mainly a lot. I was saying that about Tio because God be said. I mean, I don't know if you remember Bo being on here with me. I ain't never badmouth Tio, and the people was badmouth, and I was like kind of taking up for him, and nah, not no more because I see what he doing. He doing the same thing what Brian was doing for years when it came to Tank, and I didn't like. I was very critical of Ryan. I just think if you're a man, stand on your own. You know, it's your fault, or it's really your fault why you got or why you don't. But it ain't like your fault, like you did a bad thing. It's just like sometimes people win, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, I think to be honest, I think T.O. fight Crawford, it will kind of be a big event because somehow a lot of Puerto Ricans think he's Puerto Rican for some reason, but Crawford beat him up, pack him up, send him back home. But it'll be a big event. I would like to see T.O. get beat. He called Crawford out, let him get that fight. Crawford beat his ass up. That's how I
Uh,
look at it.
you and E3 see it the same way. I just, I guess I feel like, look, dude, get off, get off Crawford nuts. Like, leave him alone, because you ain't even on that level yet. At least at least Crawford will show you he's somewhat on that level. Now Canelo can say, "Oh, he was at 147, blah blah blah." Crawford ain't trying to stay at 147. Canelo ain't giving the fight. He went and fought Madrimal. Madrimal was not a pushover. Let me just ask you that: did you think Madrimal is a pushover, or you think that's one of Crawford's easiest fights? How did you feel about that?
No, I don't think Makarov was a pushover at all. I thought he was a good fighter. Whether Bud fought him or not, I thought Makarov was a good fighter anyway. But the thing is a lot of times, see, this is what happens when it comes to Canelo. If the Canelo fans feel like whoever want to fight Canelo is a threat to Canelo, the first thing they do is when that person go fight somebody they want to criticize. Remember when Benavidez fought Bozdick, right? He's like, oh, he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't even knock out Bozdick. But you notice Canelo ain't fight Bozdick. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Mm-hmm.
act like Bozdick is a weak opponent. He only been stopped one time, and that's by Better Being. Like Better Being just knocking everybody out. Ain't nobody else
Mm-hmm.
stop Bozdick.
Now,
Bozdick has a good pedigree,
do you think
and
Benavidez is gonna be that good now that he done moved up in another weight class?
no, I'm saying like since Benavidez wanted that smoke with Canelo. A lot of people
Right.
criticize his every move. They didn't want to put up roadblocks. They like, oh, why don't you go fight Morrell? Yeah, Morrell want to fight you. Go fight Morrell. And even though Canelo ain't want to fight Morrell either, that's why Morrell moved up. They trying to make it seem like Morrell moved up because he just want to fight Benavidez. No, Morrell moved up because he also came out in an article and said he wasn't going to get that Canelo fight anyway. And then
Exactly.
he was the main one that criticized the fight with Berlanga and Canelo. He was like, "That's a trash ass fight."
I think it is too, and I've only seen a couple of Berlanga. First, let me shout out to Dan Tan. Welcome to the building. Yeah, I'm back, y'all. I'm trying to ease my way back up in there. But Berlanga, I don't see none, no special effects, as Floyd would say. Nothing special about him. He talking good shit. I guess he pissing, to me. He pissing Canelo off. Canelo
well,
gonna
well,
beat the shit out of him.
well, the thing is that is more of an event than a competition because somehow these casuals they get caught up on this Puerto Rico Mexico thing, even though Berlanga is not even from Puerto Rico at all, but they get caught up with this Puerto Rico versus Mexico. That's what they get caught up on so bad. And the thing is that he ain't nothing Berlanga did really to get in a fight, with the exception of being ranked, you know. But there's been corruption back in the day where they could manipulate the rankings and
Mm-hmm.
put whoever they want to put in position to fight, especially if that champion doesn't mind fighting that person. But
Yeah, that's
um
true.
Berlanga does have power. I'm not gonna lie. But this is the thing, right? So Canelo said Andre ain't fought nobody. I'm trying to figure out who that Berlanga fight.
Yeah. That's
Berlanga,
that's why that's why Bo, sorry to interrupt.
oh no, you
You
good.
know it's bullshit.
Yeah,
You know that he fights people that he only think he can win and shine on. That's what he does. I ain't mad.
yeah.
That's the choice in his career. That's how he navigate these shark infested waters called boxing business or business of boxing. And it
Hmm.
worked for him because he got the payday, the accolades, and everything. So it worked for Canelo. I ain't even mad at Canelo. I don't hate Canelo. But it is casuals. To all the casuals that's listening to us talk, that's what he does. And
Exactly.
that's what he thought. Now I ain't saying you can't think like that and move like that and then run up on a snag. Because that's what happened to him too. And that's what Bivol. He thought he could dominate Bivol. But
Exactly.
but
You know
Bivol was
why I
like,
thought he took that fight with Bivol? Because this is what happened. So Bivol, he came off around COVID time. He took like almost a year and a half off, right?
mm-hmm,
And when he finally came back, he fought Craig Richards. Bivol didn't look good in that fight.
mm,
Craig Richards was getting off on Bivol, but Bivol still won. Um,
mm-hmm,
Bivol next fight for Umar Salamov, right? I thought Bivol did a better job, but he was having a little problems in that fight as well. So Canelo was like, "Oh, that's an easy lick. I can get that one." Now I
mm,
didn't fall for it because I seen Bivol fight, prior to all that stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, this dude was a lot better than what people giving him credit for." Because
most
remember,
definitely.
even Pernell Whitaker went up to him and was like, "Yo, it's like you got it, dude." So he thought that was a
Okay.
easy lick. Bivol beat his ass, and all of a sudden, you know, people was
Beat him.
like, oh, well, Bivol was too big. And I kind of find that funny when they say Bivol was too big, but Canelo had fought Kovalev, who's a bigger person.
Exactly. And
And
Canelo walked around 200 pounds. What they talking about?
yeah, and not to mention, like, they ain't never, they left out that information. The thing is, when they rehydrated, Canelo rehydrated higher than Bivol the day of the fight. He
So
rehydrated
to
higher
say.
than Bivol.
He
I
should have
mean,
learned his lesson. That's because people bold. That's because people let them get away with saying little crazy shit and narratives, and they be eating their own press clippings. Okay, Floyd beat Canelo ass because of skills. Bottom line, that's it. That's all.
yep,
Laura tell you the truth, beat Canelo ass for skills. That's it. That's
yeah,
all.
yep.
And motherfucking Bivol beat him because of skills. That's it. That's all. It won't no fluke. Nobody's stomach was hurting. Canelo wasn't hurt. He wasn't sick. He wasn't at his best. Him and his wife didn't catch a fight before he came in like arguing. I ain't saying actual fight, but like arguing and that. It's no excuse. Skills paid the bills. And that's why he lost.
And then he
So
made
he don't like to fight people like that.
he made the excuse of, well, my hand, I had to get surgery on my hand and everything else. But you notice when he made that excuse, he still fought Triple G the third time before the
Mhm.
surgery. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, it's my hand. That's why I lost to Bivol." Oh,
A lot of
like,
times they not consistent.
yeah,
They're not consistent with their lives. I see you, Jerry. I'm gonna let me try to answer. He said, "Good to have you back, T, but you got to tell me who Bud should fight since nobody's worthy. He is the active champion and consistent number one pound for pound fight in the world." Jerry, you guys always say that, and y'all think that y'all cornering the market with me. You say that like, "Oh, we won't have nothing to say," but y'all gotta open y'all mind and just say to yourself. A lot of people feel Bud don't have to do nothing. What else do he need to prove? Y'all act like he's still young in the game and he's still climbing the ladder. No, dude, there's only 3 people in the boxing world who has done what he's done, male side. 4 if you count Clarissa. But 3 people, males, and he was first to do it before both of them. What else do he need to prove? That's why some people can say, and I'm a true fan of his, he can do what the fuck he want to do.
I mean,
It don't
truthfully,
matter.
I, I would like to see him go undisputed again at 154. But the problem is that even at going on 37 years old, he still got fighters in that division avoiding him, and
Mhm,
mainly is really the promoters. They know Bud is still dangerous. That's why they ain't quick to put him in there, put
mhm,
their fighters in with Bud, because they're like, shit, that's a fucking huge risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if Bud was
mhm.
like the money was like the money guy like Canelo, they would have thrown him in there in a heartbeat because they like, oh shit, well I could fucking, even if I get my ass beat, I could at least make a lot of money off of it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
and
So
and peep game, Turkey out of sheep won't make it no big paydays. People think he just throwing money because they got endless money and all that. He not doing that. He's actually doing it responsible. Because if you just, we all have seen the program where you throw a lot of money at the fighters in the beginning, and then they fall off, like
hmm
PBC did. PBC paid their fighters a lot of money in the beginning, and now look at PBC. So
they struggling, but they holding on that Canelo and Tank. So they trying to hold on to Canelo because they like, well, Canelo, we'll just keep giving you easy fights so we could build our business back up. They
he
know.
just
I
make,
mean,
yeah.
if I was David Benavidez, man, to be totally honest with you, I will be
Mhm,
giving the PBC the side eye. I'd be like, damn, dog, I've been with your company like forever, and you can't even try to force a Canelo
mhm.
fight. You gonna really play this role? I will leave the PBC, to be honest with you.
I
That's my
mean,
personal opinion.
Deontay had to realize it. We could laugh at what's the dude name? Adrian Broner. We could laugh at him, but he ain't never lied. And then Jerry said Berlanga ain't fought nobody, but neither of 'em had Majabal. The difference is when Terrence can't get a fight, okay? Because not everybody gonna be a scaredy cat like Canelo is to him or Spence was to him for so many years. Not everybody gonna be like that. But Terrence can't get a fight, he go to the list. Now Terrence don't get to make this list, y'all. He goes
And
to the list and he picks the highest, the next highest.
and I want to answer that. I want to follow up on that too.
Mhm,
So he said Madrimov ain't fighting nobody like
mhm.
Belanga, but Madrimov was a champion. When has Belanga ever been a champion?
True.
Not to mention, this is what kills me when people say you got to fight the people with the names,
Mhm,
because anybody could be a name based off of popularity. You could become a name just for losing a fight. And prime example, Rolly Romero became a name after
mhm.
getting his ass beat. You know, Cruz became
Get
a
his
name
ass beat.
after lose. Yeah, he lose the tank, but he becomes a name off of losing effort. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? And now Frank Martin is a name off of losing. That's the thing. It's like if you fight somebody with money, all of a sudden you become a name. But let's just say somebody that didn't have money fought that same person,
Uh-huh.
they will take away their downgraded opponent. Like, man, you fought that dude. Nobody really know that dude like that. But
What
because the money guy fought him, all of a sudden everybody know, oh yeah, he's a good fighter.
it's different rules for different people, as we always see that. And life ain't fair in general. And I ain't gonna cry over if Terrence ain't crying over how unfair they treated him. He almost it was welling up in his eyes when he beat Spence. Even Jim Gray commented to that fact. But I know I can imagine what Terrence was feeling at that moment. Like he said, they tried to stop me. They tried that was
Yeah,
talking
you
in
talking about, you talking about
tears.
when he was like they was trying to blackball him and everything.
Yeah, they was trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know how he was talking? He was crying. He just
And,
held them tears back. He was crying because he did a lot to get to where he is. He earned it. Now the whole time they was throwing monkey bit. That's why I don't feel sorry for Tio. Nobody could get dogged out in these last decade of boxing more than Terrence Crawford was getting dogged out. Tio, I cannot feel sorry for you. And Tio getting a raw deal. I believe that. But dog, Terrence, what he said, he kept his head down or his head up and he kept grinding.
mhm.
He just getting his rewards and he in his mid 30s.
And the thing, what's so funny, right? So the PBC, they I ain't gonna lie, they still do a good job marketing, right? But you can
Hmm.
market a fighter to be a name, And these fighters that Crawford fought, that was part of the PBC, every last one of them, he ran
Mhm.
right through them. They criticized Crawford and said, "Oh man, Mean Machine, gave him a hard time, but he beat fucking Spence a lot easier than just about everybody he fought at 147."
That's true. Remember
And, and,
Spence
and,
even
and, and and
said,
Spencer's the name. You know what I'm saying? So
and,
that's why I
and
don't get caught up with the names because I'm like, yeah, Spencer's the name. He had 3 titles, and,
yeah,
and 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 shout out to him for getting 3 titles. But
yeah.
being a name doesn't mean you on that level. They could just
And
match you up perfect with somebody to make you look good. And when it comes to promoters, they all about making $1 for
mhm.
their event. You know what I'm saying?
And remember, Spence said when he could when somebody asked him about his opponents, which I thought was highly disrespectful, they about a point five. The fuck? Then what is you? Because all of Crawford's opponents did better than Spence. Every last one of them.
Yeah, exactly. I
The
mean,
fuck?
even um Avanesian
Mm-hmm.
had
Yep.
better pushback against Crawford. I mean, better resistance against Crawford than Earl Spence. Even though Crawford knocked Avanesian out in the 6th round, at least
That was
Avanesian
cold.
was putting up a fight. I mean, when Spence fought Crawford, it was a total mismatch.
And Spence was bringing it on thick. Like all them excuses they came up with, I was like, y'all look at that first round. I gave Spence that first round. He was bringing it on. He was using the jab. And all the commentators were saying it. I don't think it was that spectacular, but he was more effective. And as soon as he got knocked down, done. And if you go and look at the epilogue, Bo Mack was like, "Look how he walking back. Oh, he done. He done right now." And I mean, but the point is, like you said, they build up who they want to build up, and everybody else is a business, as everybody like to say. You got to make the money. If the business makes sense, then the money make sense. Then cool. But in the end of the day, Canelo is ducking Bud. Tio is clout chasing. And, because again, there was never no path to T.O. and Bud. That was unheard of. We would have thought Bud would have finished his career and rode off into the sunset, never having fought T.O.
Yeah. Now I will say this at the beginning. I know Bud wanted Canelo, and I was like, when Canelo first said, "Oh, he's too small," whatever. I never, I kind of understood what Canelo was coming from. He's talking about the lose because at the time I ain't think he was ducking Bud until this dude said he wants $150 million, and I said, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's duck language right there." As soon as he said that, I said, "Yeah, that's blatantly ducking." I was giving, and I don't even rock with Canelo, but I was giving him a pass for the longest with the whole
Mhm.
Bud situation. But when you ask for $150, hundred fifty
It-
million dollars
yeah.
to fight a smaller guy,
I don't
even
even
though he
think
he made he made he made a career out of fighting smaller dudes.
I don't think that Floyd even got 150 as a purse. I think Floyd got 100 million, but he made it on the back end. But we got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
we got D Young in the building. What's poppin', King? I'm gonna let you get in there. What's up? What say you?
What's good, Miss T? Long time no see. How you doing?
I know, I'm back.
D
Back,
Young,
back like you
salute.
never left. I see
I
you.
know,
Nah,
right?
nah. I'm just enjoying the convo, man. I hear y'all talk about Tio and Canelo. I mean, I can't say Canelo ducking the man, but I mean it is kind of outrageous to say you want 150 to fight this guy. But nonetheless, I can't. I'm gonna stick with my same stance. Like Canelo don't have to fight, Bud. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. But he
Yeah,
definitely needs to fight David Benavidez. I say that, and he's ducking Benavidez, but I can't say he
Yeah,
ducking Bud. And far as T.O., man, T.O. just looking for a cash out.
that's
He's still fighting in theaters and casinos, and you know what I mean.
that's
I
it.
ain't
That's it.
nobody worried about T.O. What T.O. need to be focusing on, if he trying to move up, he need to be focused on trying to go get that belt from Brian Norman, which I know he can't do that because I mean
Hey,
Brian Norman
go
is
fight.
dog.
Go fight Subriel Matias.
Now he don't want it. Now
You don't
he
want
could fight.
that?
He could fight Liam Perry, but he don't want to fight Liam Perry. Liam Perry the champ now.
Oh,
So Liam Perry.
okay.
He don't want to fight Liam Perry because of Liam Perry's style. Slick. He
Mhm.
a mover, and we all know T.O. don't do well with guys like that. So you know what I mean. He just need to focus on his craft try to get another trainer because his daddy is fucking. I mean, excuse me, his
Yeah,
daddy is
you
hot
good,
water.
good.
His daddy is hot, just hot garbage water. So ain't
You
nobody
know
worried
when
about
I
T.O.
knew it was bullshit is when the insults came out. Cause I was like,
Mm,
Terrence ain't
yeah,
never said nothing derogatory, negative
yeah.
about you.
He
And
just said you
y'all
was
talking like
trash.
this nigga stole your mama in the face.
You know what I mean? Like he just said, bro, you trash. Like, and a lot of people feel that way. You trash. But I mean, I ain't gonna
But
disrespect
he
T.O.
probably
like
said
that.
it after T.O. was talking shit because
Yep.
Bud typically don't say nothing negative about people unless I'm
Mm-hmm.
wrong. He's never that instigator, but he sure gonna finish it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
that's all I'm saying. Y'all, you had to poke the bear because he ain't poking you.
But
Uh,
hey, Miss T, just look at this. All the people that T.O. dissed. Let's just say this. He dissed
mhm,
Shakur. He dissed
mhm.
Tank. He dissed Bud. What all three of them got in common?
Ain't never had a fight with none of them.
You know what I mean? All of them got in common is they make more than
Champion,
T.O.
yeah, yeah, that
And
too.
so yeah, he's hating.
Well,
He's hating
well,
real bad.
what's so crazy? I wonder
What's up?
why
What's up, Bo?
why he ain't never try to get his lick back with Cambosos.
Mm.
Yes. But I don't think Cambosa would have gave it to him. Now, Cambosos took what he had. He had some lemons and he made lemonade.
Yes, indeed.
I ain't mad at I
I
ain't
ain't
mad
mad at
at
him
him.
either. Shit.
You
I'm like
know,
him. I'm gonna take my ball home and run with it.
took his ball home, ran with it, and got 10 million off of Devin Haney's spoiled ass. We ain't even got to his old spoiled crazy ass. But yeah, I don't want to go too long before I get in with him. What
Oh
do
man.
y'all think about this? He is everything that I thought his ass was. I don't see the hoopla about him. I never did, but y'all never heard me talk bad about him because I hold my tongue until I see everything and see enough. And I was like, yo, that's a punk ass nigga, the bitch ass nigga to me. Thank you. Now, anybody can refute that. I don't care. Y'all welcome to come on. Like I
Well,
said, I
hey,
don't bite unless you want me to.
well, Miss T and Bo, you can entertain on this. Why you don't like Dev, man?
Cause I guess I'm an underdog type person, but I don't like people who put 20 on 10. All this hyperbole on something. Why build him up like he was something that he wasn't? And all the shit, the disrespect. I mean, we know Floyd is rotten. Everybody know that.
Yeah.
But that's y'all rich people problems. That ain't my problem. I don't need to hear because I've never heard Bill go at them. I heard them go at Bill. I mean at Floyd. I never heard Floyd go at them. I heard Bill go at Floyd. And then Floyd, after so many times, said something.
Well, you gotta understand, Miss T. It's a little shaky, because I don't know what happened with Floyd Senior and Bill, but there's a reason why, they probably don't see eye to eye. And I do agree with you. I mean, a lot of people, the reason why people don't like Dev is because his daddy. Kind of like the Schofields, is because of daddies, You know what I mean? But
Oh
one
man,
thing I give,
that dude is a whole nother case right there.
Bo, we gonna jump back on him in a minute, Bo. Let's stay on Bill
Oh
real
shit.
quick, because yeah, that guy's a fucking nut. But nah,
Oh
Bill. I
Lord.
mean, but Bill did it the right way. Bill was kind of on some LeVar Ball type stuff, just getting his son, the best possible thing. And one thing I can say is that he's done a hell of a job with his son. I definitely give him that. But he back to the drawing boards. I don't think Bill is the best trainer for him. I say that, because he couldn't stop that
But
damn left hook.
but
Regardless if
I will say this though.
go ahead, Bo.
Devin Haney did have multiple trainers, you know what I'm saying? Even though Bill was the head guy in the corner,
Mhm.
Devin Haney does train, with other trainers. So I really don't have too much problems with Devin Haney. I mean, the dude been trying to get like the best fights he could get, you know what I'm saying? And I think he doesn't get the love because he doesn't really have the power and stuff. And I think he hung around like some of the wrong YouTube guys that was hyping him up
Yeah.
too much. And some of
That's
those
what it
YouTube
is.
guys used to be against Devin Haney, but then when his daddy started going on their platforms, all of a sudden
Ex-
they was pro Devin Haney.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's not a reason so I'm a casual. Let's say I made this show for casual boxers. I think I'm more than a casual. I've even been a boxer coach. But it's so much more to learn about boxing. I do not even think of myself as elite, but there's no reason to put 20 on 10. You can dare to dream, but Bill say some outlandish shit. But look, Devin Haney is a grown ass man. You let your dad. You think? Let me tell you. You let my mama come out here trying to speak for me. That'll never happen. And I love my mama, but she knows that'll never happen. Ain't no woman speak for me. I'ma speak for me. So when they be like, oh, it's his daddy, or like Schofield do, he kind of comical to me right now because he ain't as bad as Bill, but I see what y'all saying. It could probably get worse because he say a lot of big landish shit, but so far his
You don't think
son
he's bad
backing
as
it up.
you don't think he's bad as Bill?
Not yet. Bill say some great. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. There's times I listen to Bill, and I say that nigga got to be high. He got to be high right now.
I tell you what, I don't know if you've been paying attention to Schofield lately. I think he's worse than Bill. This
Mm.
dude, man,
I would agree.
I mean, he just like anybody that talks to him, and you talk about something. This dude over talks everybody, try to dominate the conversation on everybody platform. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm like, damn, this dude
Well,
is.
he. Do you think he taking Bill's his a page out of Bill's book and just making his rounds? Because I haven't seen him that much, but
Hell no.
I've seen enough to say, damn, you do talk a lot. You do promise a lot of big things. You do say things, and it's crazy because when I look at him, my first thought, because all the dreads and stuff, I'm thinking, oh, his voice gonna be deep, but his voice higher than mine. You know?
Nah, hey Miss T, nah, he makes that shit worse for his son, I think, because a lot of people, he has a lot of people that a lot of people don't like him. I mean, that tobacco that happened with Greg Hackey yesterday, I ain't gonna lie, man. Dude
Oh
is a whole
yeah,
meme. Dude is a
yeah.
whole meme. The hand movement, and listen, if you're part of the alphabet
He
community,
was
it's
flicking his
all
head
love.
back. He was
But
flicking his head back too.
bro, zesty is motherfucker,
Hey, look, he said it, y'all. I didn't say it, but
zesty,
I was
man.
like, and I know my voice. Listen, I have a reason. If somebody say, "Oh, your voice is deep," I have gone in drive-throughs and in the store, and I be like, "Good morning," and they'll say, "Sir," they be looking down. Oh, my bad, man. I be mad as a bitch. I be like, "Bitch, these cities say otherwise," but I got a reason. When I was 24, my thyroid gland was removed and my vocal cords were beat up, so they're forever bruised. So I have a deeper voice than I normally did when coming into the world with. So that's my reason, and I'm sticking to it because it happened around that time. But like when I see a guy with a high pitched voice, like David Beckham, I ain't gonna never say I ain't gonna challenge the manhood and say he ain't the man, but that should be fucking me up.
I mean, I ain't even worried. It's not even a high pitched voice that gets
It's
me.
a
Where
weird voice.
it's the way he sound when he talk with it. He be like, but like he has that type of talking. I'm like,
Yes.
damn man.
And the way
And
he
then
move his lips. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Yo, Shakur know about my son. Devin know about my son.
my, my sons with an S. My sons. I'm just joking. Hey, listen, what's that dude named Schofield? I ain't, hey, you come on here and talk to me. I ain't mad at you and
Yo, the
all that,
thing
but you
is,
do be sounding crazy. And you
yo, the
are
thing is
starting to.
too. I'm
You
gonna tell
just
you why I think he's worse than Bill.
no.
Man, this dude be trying to fight everybody like that's on it. Like he be like, "You a bitch ass nigga, man." He told Greg Hackett he'd send a shooter to his house. He got on there with Keyshawn Davis one time
Yes.
and was like, "You a pussy motherfucker, man. I ate with your mother. You fucking faggot and all that other stuff. You ain't about that life. I'm from Brooklyn, man." It makes me mad every time I hear him say he's from Brooklyn because that's my hometown. I'm like, God damn, man. Like,
Shit.
you had this motherfucker from Brooklyn talking like this, man.
That's crazy. But
Yeah, he
he does sound. I'm sorry, Mr. Schofield. You do sound zesty because you sound like you want to put some S's on your shit, and you come talk about me all day long. And can't nobody call me nothing that I ain't never been called before. I don't give a damn.
Hey, but
I
Miss T, you should have seen how bothered he was. This dude went from sitting in the living room to going outside to walking back inside to going back outside to going upstairs. I'm like, damn, Greg had him uncomfortable than a motherfucker. And all he just told him was that, yeah, I beat you up because he got personal first. He was like, your record is 3-30. Like, because everybody
Yeah.
know Greg Hackett record. Everybody know that, but that don't mean that man don't know what he talking about, man. The man know boxing. He been in the ring, you know.
Greg,
Right,
I'm gonna
right.
tell you
Yeah.
like this. You should come on here too. Cause some things Greg said is suspect. Cause I listen to him. I ain't mad at him. I had no attitudes. And I'm gonna go back to Bud. Sometimes I don't know Greg. I know he out of Philly. And to me, I think it's a bias thing. I mean, you can be all for your boy,
Mm-hmm.
Boots, and anybody from Philly, but you don't have to embellish and, like I said, put hyperbole on anything when you talking about Bud. It's just crazy. And Greg said a lot of crazy shit about Bud that wind up not being true. So I can't look at him like he's the well of knowledge when it comes to boxing. But I would
Right.
never disrespect him or anything like that. I don't got a problem with him.
Hey, but Miss T, that's kind of shocking hearing that, because I mean, out of all the times, out of all those Philly guys, I think he was one of the ones that was standing up for Bud. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he was. He was.
Especially during that Earl Spence tobacco, whenever he pulled out the fight Avenesian. I feel like he always was backing up Bud, but I do know he definitely is biased with Boots. That's his guy. We know that.
You know what he do when he's shown to be wrong, which is commendable because a lot of people ain't doing this. He don't double down.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's what he don't do. But in the beginning, before shit happened, some of his analogy, I be like, "What the fuck, nigga? What the fuck you talking about?" But after the fight, he didn't double down. And I mean, the Spence
Shit
lovers,
today.
they had some kind of
Today,
excuses.
today he went on Coach Malachi's show, right? Coach brought
Mhm.
him on, was asking a question. All of a sudden, this dude started going at it with Coach. Like Coach asked him a question so he can answer for the audience, right? And this dude like, come on, man. You know what I mean? You up here. You know my record. You up here. You told me when you came to my house, my son was the best thing ever. Won't you stop fronting? Stop being acting like that. Like, I mean, he was going off on Coach. It got so bad, Coach had to hang
Oh
up on the
shit.
dude, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
God.
Oh damn, I ain't
Damn. I
never
didn't know that.
seen that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I love Coach Malachi. But let me tell you, Mr. Schofield, yes, you gotta fall back. Read the tea leaves. Bill should have fell back a long time ago. It's like their sons, they living through their sons vicariously or something. And your son is not you. He ain't gonna see the world like you, and he
Mm-hmm.
gonna make choices, good or bad or whatever. All you can do as a parent is guide them, and hopefully they, protect them. If you see something wrong, then you jump in. But just your son gotta make it like everybody else made it.
Exactly.
Right,
And
right.
and, and, and I just want to see his son in the ring with somebody. I think like this now is the time. Him and that Dula Mason need to go ahead and square it up, man.
Oh
Because
yeah, I
they
want to see
they
that
they
shit.
both around the same age. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? They were 121, 120, and shit, they got about the same amount of fights. I think Schofield might have like 17 and Abdullah got what, 15? So yeah, I think
I
they could go.
mean, they good, but have y'all seen them fight? I see flaws
Who you talk about,
all the
Floyd
time.
Schofield?
Both of them.
Oh
One of
yeah.
them, which one was fighting? He got the scar under his eye.
Schofield is the
Yeah,
one.
Schofield.
Nigga,
Yep.
come on, nigga. You get in there with somebody who know what the fuck they doing
The
and
thing
got
is, he
popped.
he
Your
he, he
ass
loads up. He loads
night
up
night.
on his punches too. He loads
Yeah,
up on his punches too
he
much.
do.
Now
And he
the
be
thing
off
that
And
balance.
and, and I think Abdullah Mason will expose him. To be
I
honest,
think so too.
I think Abdullah
yeah,
Mason
his
he
father was
exposed him.
talking about. His father was talking about. He's like, man, my son beat Abdullah Mason up in sparring. Yo, this shit was so crazy, man. I was
Yeah,
like,
he
damn, man.
he been on that tip. I think he was one of the first ones to say something about his son that beat Devin up in sparring or something like that. Like,
He now shout out to the young Schofield and the young Mason dude because I know Mason got a lot of brothers too and all that. Listen, you guys are great. You're on the right path. You're ahead of the game more than most people. People forget all the fighters out there that we never hear about, never get to see. It's a whole lot. So you already ahead of the game. of a lot of people. The problem is you got flaws. And so the Schofield, the dude with the cut on his eye, yeah, dude, you got a balancing and a stance problem. And I learned about stance, and I ain't saying I'm perfect, but I learned these things about it. And when I used to take karate as a youngster, it was always about your stance. And I would tell you, in any fighting, it's always gonna be about your stance. You fuck up right there, you can't say you great nothing. Not yet. It ain't that they won't make it there. It's just like we lost the young. It's just like Devin Haney. Yeah, Devin Haney was gonna be great one day, but he gotta make it like everybody else. Devin Haney won't all that everybody said he was at this time. He got exposed. But what I was asking you about, Bo, is this shit about him fighting?
That was also by somebody who was on something too, though.
No, Bo, y'all, now come on now. Come on now.
Come on
Come
now.
on, Bo.
I
Now,
mean,
we ain't scientists, but y'all know if he been tested all along, all the way up to the 19th, and then the 19th or the day before the fight, he gets popped, and then the day of the fight. But then after the fight, nothing. And the amounts that was in there and the drug use would not have made Devin lost.
Nah, because when you microdose, that's how a lot of guys in MMA was getting caught, because they were microdosing and they used to pass tests. That was what happened with I forgot, quite a few fighters. They were microdose. One of them, even one of the Dewey Four, he was like, yeah, I know what you on that joint, and pointed it out. They never could catch the dude until that motherfucker finally popped one time, because you can microdose, and when you lose a weight, right, it might be harder to find. But then when you start cutting, because when you lose weight, but then when you start cutting, that stuff be seeping in the cracks, and that's when it becomes detectable.
Nah, I for what they used that drug for, it wasn't. Devin didn't put his hand up. That's why he kept getting hit. You already went in there knowing.
That part is true too.
Yeah,
I'm not going to ignore that. That
you
part is
went
true
in knowing that he got that hook. Then that's all people say. Oh, he got that damn hook. Well, he got it
right.
straight too.
But I look at it like this. I still think PDs will still help, because even when you get tired and you get that burst of energy, right, it gives you a lot of energy to keep throwing with a certain amount of power. You know what I'm saying? That to me what helps out more. And then on top of that, I look at it like this. This man Ryan, and this is where I kind of blame the Haney's at. The man Ryan purposely didn't even make the weight. You know what I'm saying? And Devin went down, cut the weight, made 140 like a true professional, and still went into that fight. Now
Ain't nothing true professional about him, because Regis done spilled the beans. So that's why I say we can't stop characterizing him.
He made away with Regis though.
But he was over. He broke the law, but Regis didn't complain, and he could have. But he was. You can't be over something. It's like a weight clause with that, and Regis didn't.
There was no rehydration clause in that fight.
In California, where they fought, Devin Haney broke the law. You have to listen to Regis how he break that down. And Regis like, I wasn't gonna complain because I ain't no complainer. And everybody gonna respect Regis for that. But I'm type nigga, I'm gonna complain. Nigga, you foul. But I'm just saying, what I was saying more about the young Devin and what he doing now, his escapades. I wanted to hear your take on this shit with the fair or the carnival. He's sucker punching it too with his punk ass. What you think of that?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah, that shit was crazy. I don't know how it all started, but I mean, the thing with Devin, you know how a lot of bosses be talking, try to tell somebody they're civilian, like you a civilian, dog. Like, damn, man. So like, Devin, you a civilian too. You punching on a civilian. You know what I'm saying? And then you miss the shot. You know.
Yeah, it did. He probably glanced him, missed it or something.
And then his boys jumped on him.
Exactly.
And then that dude came away like he wanted some more smoke. He like, man, this ain't dude. God, dudes ain't.
But he walked away like a bitch. Now I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He walked away like a bitch.
Yeah,
Devin, you can come on here too and explain yourself, because that was some bitch shit. If we was back home, by the time we make it back to the house, if we did, we whooping your ass too.
And my thing
You
too is
start
like,
some shit and then gonna walk away.
my thing is too. It's like I don't understand. Like Devin, you a boxer, right? Your hands are supposed to be registered,
Mm-hmm.
and you get into something. Your boys already formed a barrier around you. Like
Mm-hmm.
why are you throwing a punch, Devin? Like
What could he have possibly said
yeah,
that made
I
you
mean,
sore
I can
ass?
understand if the dude was like in your face, still talking shit or whatever, and then you just hit
But
him one time. But your boys, your bodyguards basically got in front, and you
Devin
still
knew
throw
that.
a punch. And I'm like, damn.
Devin knew that, and they reacted to Devin. And I'm gonna say all of them stupid as hell because I would sue all them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I would sue them all, but I definitely would sue Devin Haney. If that dude is watching, I would hope that he know his name is Devin Haney and he should take his ass to court because that was stupid. You a millionaire. You done some great things. You still got a career if you choose. You are amazing. You are. I don't knock Devin for what he can do, but I'm not gonna put him above like when his dad said he better than Floyd. Never, 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 never was he better than Floyd. Oh, he's
Well,
the best
you know,
boxer ever.
his pops got to pump him up. I mean, his pops got to
Fuck that.
talk
Fuck
for us.
that
I mean,
Bo.
ain't nobody father gonna be like, nah, man, you ain't better than Floyd, man. Not
Floyd
publicly.
Floyd
He
daddy
probably
didn't
told,
do it.
yeah, he probably told his son probably like, yeah, dude, you ain't better than Floyd. But he gonna go out in public and be like, yeah, man, he better than Floyd, man.
But nobody asked him. See, sometimes people put their foot in their mouth, but nobody asked them. You didn't even have to say, just keep saying, my son is the greatest. And if give us a chance, we're going to prove it every time. We don't care who you put in front of us. You can do all that hype shit. And everybody be like, yeah, yeah, Devin. But then you got to start knocking people down. Like you said, like y'all said, Bill is the way he is. Y'all saying Mr. Schofield is worse than Bill. Okay, I ain't seen and you're right. I haven't seen enough of his interviews to see that, but he do like when he said when Young say he sounds that's funny because I was thinking that too. Like, did he put an S on everything?
Yeah, my man. I'm telling you, he be when he was talking to Greg Hackett, this dude was flicking his hair back like a woman. I
Like
was
I just
like,
did.
yeah, yeah. He was using his hair, flicking his. Greg Hackett was like, damn, man,
Oh,
you flicking your hair back?
like nigga, I don't know if I want to speak to you now. Al
I
Money
was
said, "That's a
like,
good point, Miss T. I seen the Regis interview say Devin was almost 180 on that fight night. Yeah. So people who weight bully they should never complain. Don't complain about weight when you use it to your advantage. The
but
laws are set
here's
up
the
the
thing.
way they are, as long as you fall within the guidelines of the law.
But here's the thing, Miss T. If you made the weight, you sacrificed to make the weight.
Mhm.
So yeah, you could say it could be weight bully status, but is it? It's not like he made up a whole new weight class to say I'm gonna fight dudes at 141 or 142. He made the 140. He got his behind down there and made the weight.
But you can never convince me. I guess what I'm saying is I can never be convinced that because somebody weighed 2 pounds more than you on the weigh-in, that's somehow got something to do with you losing the fight. You got exposed. Ryan is a better boxer. I've seen sparring sessions between Ryan and Devin years and years ago, and Ryan did all right. I mean, Ryan was a 16. He won 16 national championships in his lifetime as an amateur. The boy know how to box. And Ryan got that hook. Everybody, even Javante said. But I just thought it was all in bad taste. Devin got his feelings hurt. They got exposed. You got outboxed. The one thing you said you was gonna look for, and you didn't look for it. You got caught. But then you ran here saying that you better than this person. You to me, I think Lomachenko beat him. So I mean, like all this stuff about Devin, like I was not buying into it, but I let him have it. I let him breathe. But now that, but then when you get exposed, that's when everybody gonna be like, "Nigga, I told you." But that shit
Yeah,
he did at the carnival, that was sack.
yeah. That was crazy. Nah, I thought Loma beat him as well. I know there was the thing back in the day saying that Loma ducked Haney. I mean, it was a good thing that Loma didn't, and Haney didn't fight years ago when Loma had got stripped of his belt because I thought Loma probably would have embarrassed him back then. But
Mhm.
I got to, I mean, at least Haney does want the best fight, so I can't really knock him for that. I never, seen him really turn down Smoke. And maybe they might have had some thing with the Shakur situation. It was like, yo, Shakur, you take 25% of whatever of the fight is. And Shakur said, all right, I'm going to, enforce the mandatory. And however
Mhm.
that debacle shit went down. But other than that, I could give Devin Haney credit for wanting to smoke with everybody. He wanted to fight T.O. T.O. ain't want to fight him.
I
He want to
remember
fight
that.
Tank. Tank didn't want to fight him. So
Yeah.
the
I
next
don't
thing,
know. I don't. But in the end, I could never say that Devin was ducking. I can. Back when he was at 135, he acts and acts and acts ad nauseum. He acts and nobody gave. And then
Mhm.
140, So I will agree to that point, but I can't agree to the point. Like I ain't saying that you saying it, but like I don't think Tank ducked him. I don't think no one. I don't think none of them. They wasn't pressed. I'm telling y'all, dude. He comes off his whole setup, they be coming off phony as a motherfucker. And they
Oh,
probably be true most of the time or 80%, but that 20% where they phony looking, it shine through. To me, I don't know how nobody else seen that shit.
only reason I say I believe Tank avoided them because Tank basically was say, oh, he the email chant. Oh, like, just say
Yeah.
anything, try to avoid anything, a fight with Devin Haney. But then when Devin
Mhm.
Haney, after he gets, embarrassed by Ryan Garcia, what's the first thing Tank does when he get a fight? Now he wants to go up to Devin Haney and, antagonize him in public. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Tank wasn't even doing that before Devin lost. That's the reason why I'm like, all right, Tank. So basically, the guy you beat Ryan beat Devin, and now all of a sudden now you got smoke for Devin, but
And
you
see,
ain't had the smoke for Devin before.
that don't mean necessary that Tank could beat Devin just because Ryan beat him. It's
No, no,
just
I know,
Ryan. I
I
think,
know,
yeah,
but
yeah, I know what you're
yeah,
saying, but that's how I look at it. Like, I was like, okay, he is talking a lot of shit. Tank has changed, period, across the board. If y'all have never noticed, that motherfucker cruel to everybody. Tank be talking shit because I guess, in what I will see in Tank is that he's at a point in his life he's tired of the shit. He tired of the shit he put himself in and put himself through, the arrest and all this beating on women and shit. And he's just tired of the criticism. He tired of shit. You know, he kind of at the right time to be tired of some shit. And I'm not justifying. I'm just saying this is the progression that he's going through in his life right now. And then he probably feel so opposite of what everybody else think and feel about him. And he's just gonna stand up for his. He's gonna stand 10 toes down. And as far as Devin and them, hype job, bullshit ass hype job from day one. You're a young man,
damn,
y'all.
from day one.
Nigga, yes, because from what they were saying, you know what I'm saying? It's the bravado and that you ain't proved enough. You ain't did enough. And he still ain't did enough. He's in his mid-20s. He got time. See, my thinking was, oh, this boy smooth. He can box. He already know this shit already. Oh shit. Wait till he like his early 30s or maybe 29, 28. Oh my God. They couldn't wait talking all that bullshit. So now I'm like, y'all full of shit. Your
but
son
my
ain't
but
got
my
no
thing,
pop,
but
and
my
he never
thing
is gonna have no pop.
is we could say kind of the same for Tank. Like, what has he really done? He's a cash cow at 135, right? But
Hmm.
what has he really done? See, like the time when Loma wanted to fight him,
Hmm.
Tank wasn't ready to fight him. Now Loma is like pretty much,
Was it long? Was it Tank or was it Mayweather? Like who was it?
both of them. Because I
Uh-huh.
remember when Tank was going to him and Floyd was having a feud, and then I guess Floyd was like, "All right, I set that fight up with Loma." What Tank said, "Oh, they trying to set me up." You know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought he said that about Zapata or somebody.
no, he
Who
was
was he?
fighting. He was fighting Pedraza, right?
Pedraza, one of them. Yeah.
Right, right. And then, him and Floyd had started their little feud or whatnot. And then next thing you know, he was like, we could throw the Loma situation in there. And he was talking about, they trying to set me up to lose, basically. And I was just like, damn. My thing is that, I mean, it's still a good fight at the end of the day, but when Loma been calling you, you were linked to Loma for like the past 7 years.
Hmm.
And now all of a sudden he wanted to make a fight with Loma. But the thing is,
Mhm.
Loma turns out a fight, but everybody like, oh, Loma ducking. Like, hold on,
Mhm.
y'all just forgot the previous 7 years when Loma was trying to get that fight with Tank.
I remember Loma tried to get the fight with Tank, so you're right. I can't really dispute that what you're saying right now. I guess for Tank though, we actually see what we see. But I will say that I thought Tank was a better boxer than to be a slugger. But he has fallen in love with his power, and
Oh
sometimes
yeah.
I feel like I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop, like it dropped with Deontay. It's gonna drop. It's gonna drop because you don't forget your skills. And I know he's still up on his skills because he's young and he's bigger. But you rather knock people out. You fall in love with that too much. Somebody can outthink that and whatever and combat against that. Madrimal when he fought Terrence, he was in love with his power. And I don't even know the nigga, but he was in love with his power because that's all he thought was gonna get it is a punch here and there and a lot of feints. No, nigga. You are fighting a pound for pound number one fighter in the world, and he is that for a reason. The nigga got skills. So one punch here and there was not gonna get it. Devin, he he ever since he became undisputed, and I'm happy for him. And that's great. It was good for his legacy, and I believe he will go in the boxing Hall of Fame first ballot whenever he do, if he don't demolish and go down here from there. But he only like what 25, 26. He'll be 26 this year. Nigga, you got a lifetime to go. You got at least a decade to go. And you into this stupid shit. Okay, he always cared too much about what it looked like and what people thought. They try to play mind games, and I didn't like it because you didn't need to. Your son is a great boxer. He's an excellent boxer. You don't need to do that. Just keep moving along. Like I say, and they gonna say this sound biased, but take a note from Bud's page. Bud put his head down and he kept grinding. And you and I both know the barrage that was coming at Bud from all over the place, the put downs, the monkey wrenches, the acting like he's a liar, he's dumb, he the top ranked, all that
Oh
bullshit.
yeah, yeah. They talk
That
about he
nigga
was doing
never
business in
engaged.
bad faith. When
Yeah.
they say he doing business in bad faith, and
Mm-hmm.
they call that man top rate Toby.
All
Then
that.
and then one dude had a picture of Lamar Burton with the roots with
Yeah, he
him
should.
tied up and just said it was
Yeah.
Bud Crawford, and I'm just like, yo, what the like it got that bad. And the sad part, it was from other black people. I was like, oh my
Right.
god, man.
And then Pete Gang. What can we ever say that Bud got totally engaged with any of that talk, or did Bud just keep fighting people? And he got what he could get. He did what he could get. If he couldn't get the top people, he didn't linger. He took the next best thing. That's why they don't like Avanesian. That's why they gonna find a problem with Madrimal. It ain't Bud's fault that they ranked his ass up the way they ranked Madrimal. Hell, they what's his name? Lomachenko was fighting for a belt with his second fucking professional fight or something like that. Second or third. Right there in
Yeah.
the beginning. Who gets that?
Well,
But
I guess the extensive amateur career got him there, but he's not the first. He's not the fastest dude to ever win a title. You know what I'm saying? Less amount of fights. There was somebody I think somewhere in Asia back in the
mhm.
'70s that won a title in like the second fight.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is it's not the norm. It's not the norm for nobody. Like Devin Haney's career. Kudos to you. You had a silver spoon daddy, and you had a silver. He don't want to be known as that, but you did because you ain't struggled. Some man, when you hear about some of these fighters and the shit they go through, or like went through, I go back to Floyd because he's the most vocal and he told everybody his business. Floyd, when he was talking about when he used to spar with Pernell Whitaker and some of them greats back then, and he said he would go to training camp. I go to training camp, just to make something happen, just to get myself an opportunity or a position. He said, I remember they had us in a terrible hotel, and I was eating Cheetos for dinner. Nigga, Cheetos, a bag of Cheetos, and working out like that. I will always, because they had to run with them. They was in their training camp. Floyd had to go through it. All these other fighters you think of, they went through a lot. Not being able to eat, don't have money. Some people got to work a job or two and still train just to get on. Devin, you ain't never go through none of that.
I mean, but I can't really fault Devin for that because I always look at it like this: if you have passion for what you want to do, then do it. Because I've seen a lot of people come from the struggle and they just don't even make it because they wasn't disciplined enough. So
Mhm.
you got to have the discipline that keep the drive going, no matter what background you come from. Now, a lot of times when you come from a background where you don't have anything, you
Mhm.
might have a little bit more
Yeah.
passion because it's like, dude, I don't want to be
Mhm.
stuck where I'm at. I want to do this to get out of it. But I also salute the cats who might come from like a
Well to
middle
do.
class, yeah,
Mhm.
middle class background or something, and just love what they do. And they just say, what, I just want to be a competitor. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the best. Because like I could look at Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali ain't come from no poor background. My man came from you know what I'm saying, like a middle class background, but he's one of the best to ever do it.
But look, this the difference. I agree with you totally on your assessment right there. But who made it negative? Was it the fans? Was it the other fighters? Or was it Devin and his crew? Who made it negative? They did. They made it negative with all that hyperbole and all that bullshit they were trying to shove down everybody's throat and being all hardcore in the ghetto and all this shit. Yeah. Nigga, you ain't even happy about your background. Like, of course people can see that a mile away. Why you going to put these grills in your mouth and all? Yeah, I chalk it up to he just young and stupid and all that. But yeah, it's his daddy. His daddy said a lot of things that just turned me off on Devin. Like it just but Devin could have prevented that and said, "No, Dad, come on, come on." If some kind of way he could have conveyed, like, "Yo, my dad is who he is, yeah, and he's my daddy. I can't tell him what to do, as we all can't really tell our parents what to do, but that's not how I feel, and the correct way that I feel, he never did that. He just let his dad push these dumbass narratives, and as far as I'm concerned, he agreed with him. So I don't feel sorry for Devin Haney. He got exposed, and nothing he gonna do and say gonna erase that ass whooping. Cause I don't care what y'all found in Brian Garcia's body. It ain't stopped Devin for putting the hand up. Boxing 101. He ain't put it up. So he got his ass whooped. But I mean, I don't wish nothing bad, but sucker punching somebody at a fair, and even if that person work at that fair, that's definitely not going in the right direction. What could he have said that made you mad, Devin? How like a lot of people could be like, nigga, you be criticizing Ryan and all. You supposed to be a role model. And as if you won. How the fuck? This is what I'm saying. They make it negative. How are y'all a role model? Your daddy talk about the streets and how y'all can get down and all this negative talk about other people and you putting grills in your mouth, but then you want to question somebody else because they smoke some weed or drink or are you supposed to be a role model? Nigga, you can't talk. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. That was my issue with Devin Haney. And then I seen his flaws. If Jojo Diaz didn't take his foot off the gas, he probably could have did something because he was hurting Devin. I seen his flaws. So the greatest my ass, you better than Floyd Mayweather my ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what kind of accolades he get. Floyd
but
never been undisputed to my knowledge, right?
right, nah, he never been undisputed.
But yeah, but Floyd beat more
But
world
Devin, but
champions and
and all,
undefeated champions.
but in defense of Devin ain't said he was better than Floyd. Even if he did, I mean, ain't no fighter gonna say they not
He
better.
said he said it later. He said it later.
Well, the thing is the one thing about Devin, he said he looked up to Floyd
Mhm.
because he see how Floyd got it out the mud. So he looked up to him because Floyd wasn't in the streets and he was more dedicated to his craft. So that's why
Mhm.
Devin was dedicated to his craft. Now his father pissed off a lot of people,
Mhm.
and then his father. And I get it. I mean, I don't have any problems with boxing dads, to be totally honest with you. Like TOC does the same thing. I just think
That
where
nigga
it
crazy.
crossed the line, it crossed the
Uh-huh.
line when they be acting like they the boxer. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When they like, oh man, they try to take it to the street when they be like, yeah, man, it's on when I see you, I'm gonna slap you, and I'm like, damn, dog, like,
Can't even do a quarter of which their son doing.
right,
Like I like Bud's dad. You see Bud dad be up in there. Bud has included him. I'm sure he didn't win no greatest dad award. I'm thinking he was absent more than he should have been in Bud's life or whatever. But that dude blend in. He know his lane. He stay in his place, and he don't try to
yeah,
outshine his son. He,
yeah.
he
I
let
think
his
I
son
think his
have.
pop,
Hey,
I
that's
think his
good.
pops was in the military or some shit like
Yeah, he
that,
was in
and
the Navy. He was a
yeah,
he was a shipmate. That what we call other yeah. So oh, you was in the Navy too. So
yeah,
he was in the Navy, but that don't explain his total absence all along. I don't think he did 20, and he had a chance to come. I like I said, I don't know the details, but he don't try to outshine or be all up in his son lane. Like I think I'm a pretty smart person. My daughter just started this year. She's officially a teacher. She's at a teacher elementary school. She's a teacher. And I was shocked when she said she wanted to be one, but she's a teacher now. But even though I think I'm smart and I remember school and I got 3 degrees and I got my high school diploma, I got all this stuff. But when it comes to teaching, Imma let her have it. Imma let her shine, and if we ever in a group and they talking about education, I ain't gonna say nothing. And I know a lot about education, but I ain't gonna say nothing because she actually went and got the credentials. Imma let her shine. And that's, I think, the problem that we see with some of these fathers and some even mothers when their kids are entering into some kind of sporting activity or some kind of activity where it's like you living vicariously through your children, and it shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. I haven't peeped Mr. Schofield that much. Y'all right. I haven't seen him that much. But now I'm gonna go back and watch. But he
yeah.
do sound
He's
zesty.
on he's on Coach Show today, and shit just
Mhm.
went left. I said, damn, yeah,
He gotta see
yeah.
and now I would say like this. If the Schofields are watching, y'all are welcome to come here. Mason, y'all are watching, can come here. Even the Haneys, y'all can come here. But like, look, just if you now you see what people like and what they don't, fall back on your son. Let the son be the man. Mr. Gold, how you doing?
Hello, my beautiful queen.
Oh, Mr. Gold, I didn't know that was you.
Golden.
Oh, what's up, Mr. Gold? Hold on, let me get my head that's falling off.
Hey,
What's going on?
this is my first time seeing Golden not in the bed.
I know
I'm
I
like,
ain't seen you in
Oh,
a minute. I was like, Gold, but I
I
didn't know
was
who you
just,
was.
Lady T, I was just thinking about you the other day.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was like, where is Lady T? I haven't seen her. And I'm scrolling through YouTube. I was thinking about baby.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I came on back. Like I told everybody, the wedding is behind me. I done sold my house. Now I'm just waiting for my other house to be built. So I
Oh,
don't have a lot on my plate. I what I learned recently is that maybe when I was younger, I could do a lot of multitask with big ticket items. I can't do it no more. Now you get old, I can't do that shit no more.
hey, Bo, don't be cracking no jokes neither.
nah, I ain't cracking no jokes, Mr. Golden.
Bo, 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 tell this person I see Golden not in the bed.
Yeah, that joke be funny, man. Every time Golden be on live, he turn his camera on, he right in the bed. I be
With
like,
no
damn.
shirt on.
Yeah.
Well,
and
hey, Bo, I'm sitting up in the front room tonight, boy. You know that's a shocker, ain't it?
uh,
Well,
hey,
Lady T,
look.
I
What
just had to come on and speak to you, my love. I had missed you. I wonder where you was at, baby.
Yeah, thank y'all. And if some of y'all gonna watch me back on replay, be kind and come in here and like and share, and hit the subscribe button, y'all. Get my algorithms up. But I'm living in this apartment now, and I gotta say, I love it. It's smaller.
Man, Tan, what's up, my brother?
Dan Tan, Goldilocks, what's happening? That's what he said. Yeah, but I love the smaller area. I just love it. and my house that I'm getting built, I'm downsizing, so it's smaller than what I had before. I don't need all that. It's just me.
Ooh, Lord Jesus, help me. Ooh, ooh. See, that's
But I'm
the old age catching up with me now, Lady T.
I know, right? I can't sleep at night these days. But I'm going back to Virginia. Where are my people from Virginia at? What? Stand up.
Oh, hold
Right.
on. You're a Georgia girl. You can't go back up there.
Nah. Born and raised in Virginia. That's where my heart at.
But listen, you became a Georgia girl. You can't go back up there now.
I can't take this country shit no more. Y'all keep it.
Lady
Yeah.
T, Lady T, see, they don't understand. It's hot as a motherfucker down here in this country, isn't it?
Hell yeah. All these fucking bugs be tired. I can't go on my patio and smoke my good in peace. All them damn
No.
animals. I'm like, will somebody put a leash on these insects? Let me stop. Hey, look,
Okay.
I gotta get back to this. Look. Oh, where is it?
You go,
These folks right here.
you going to get all that snow at and shit. Nigga, that's what you want to go to. That go-go music.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, I'm gonna be in the club.
Look at
I'm
you.
I'm gonna be up there. I go is my shit. I'm gonna
Well, are
be
you
up
going to
there.
start coming back on more often?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna try to do something every day. I didn't
Oh,
even mean to stay on this long, but I caught a lot of my oldies but goodies, and y'all came through for me, especially
I'm
like
glad
my
you did.
oldest, Mr.
I
Golden, and Mr.
saw,
Tantan.
I saw E. Thriller had dropped something saying that you was on, and I looked. I said, "Oh, she live." I said, "Let me jump on right now." I'm gonna sit here
Yeah,
scrolling through YouTube.
yeah. I'm gonna try to end it. I didn't mean to stay on this long because I know E Thriller. I think he comes on at 9, so I'm gonna try to be done before 9. And to head over there to what he doing. So
I
and
don't
I'm
think
glad
he
to
come on.
see.
I think he come on tomorrow night, ain't it?
I know I seen one of his episodes. He said I'm
I
gonna
thought,
try to come on at 9 every night. But if that's the case, I'm gonna just go from 7:30 at best 9:15. I'm not gonna try to be on long, but since my first day back and
yeah.
all my oldies but goodies was here.
I'm glad to see you back, Lady T. I
Oh,
had
me
mixed.
too.
Yeah, 'cause I saw Destiny Blake in the I forgot what show it was on. She was in the chat, and
Mhm.
I wanted to see when I asked her about it. She wanted to see it. Like I said, I had you on my mind. I'm glad I got the opportunity to speak to you.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Oh shit, I'm finna go.
General Big
I'm finna
Fish.
go. I'm finna go. Lady T, I don't fuck with that nigga there. I'm finna go.
You don't fuck with General, what you do to Mr. Golden?
Man, I threatened to come out to Savannah and kick his ass for talking shit about me the other time.
Oh damn, Mr.
Miss
Golden.
T, what's going on?
Not much.
Man, it's been so much buddy news, and I ain't got to listen to your take on nothing.
Dude, like I said, damn, my headphone. Hold on. My head keep falling off. Um, the wedding. Remember the wedding that went down in June, and I had to sell my house. So I had a lot to do.
Okay, that's understandable,
I
but
couldn't. I ain't that young person no more. I can't multitask like that no more.
yeah, we happy you back.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
Hey,
y'all.
hey, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Oh, they
What
gonna
what
put it.
was the Terrence Crawford versus Mattress Mob fight a masterpiece? By
It
performance
was a
by a
motherfucking
master
clinic.
class.
It was a motherfucking clinic.
Oh my
It
God.
Nine, big fish.
was.
Nine. Well, I told you that
How
shit.
many rounds how many rounds did Bud win?
Damn near all of them.
Oh man.
Hey,
Hey,
Lady T.
Big Fish.
I,
What's
I
up?
see nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
Hey,
Can't
Lady T.
fight. Can't
Lady
win a
T.
fight
They,
fainting. What's up, Miss Golden?
they asked me if was Bud a superstar.
Yeah.
They told me Big Fish and said told me Bud wasn't a superstar.
I don't know what they looking at, but he's a superstar.
Nine, big fish. What you got to say about that?
You know what Miss T gonna say that she don't.
It's all facts. It's based on facts. The reason why everybody think because Matrimony made it, and I'm gonna tell you what was different because Bud was cautious. He was more cautious than he normally is, and he didn't think that Magic Mall was a pushover. He respected that dude. So Magic Mall might got something in his arsenal that gave Bud pause. There's no there's no problem or no shame in that. When you know another man got something in his arsenal that could really do you up, you got to be careful, right? So I think that's what Bud did. They both were cautious because I know Majormal felt his power, but Majormal fainted the damn whole fight, and he didn't throw no combinations. So how you win?
I didn't have him winning at all, but I don't think it was a master class performance because Mattress Bob put on a great performance. He's hit
Y'all, y'all nicknames.
he he hit Bud with shots I've never seen Bud get hit with before. I couldn't believe it, but at the same time, I still had Bud winning because he won the last three. He dominated the last 3 rounds, but up until the 10th round, I had it an even fight. So I don't think that Bud had a bad fight. I'm not saying that at all. It was a brilliant fight, but it just wasn't a master class. Like
I think
y'all trying like a 10-2, 12-0 rounds. Y'all tripping on that. That's all I'm saying.
to me, Bud, what I say, he put in a master class when you have to adjust on the fly.
Mhm.
He trained for Manchmal to come in and fight one way, and Manchmal changed the whole entire scenery. You know, he didn't come and fight like he normally did. They're looking for the more aggressive Manchmal, the more, even though the fighting and stuff, the more jumping in and doing it for hit it and do that. So when you have to readjust to something totally different and you dominate the fight the way you did it, yeah, that's a master class. That show his rank IQ, his smartness on the fight.
Mhm.
Hey, Miss T, can you ask Mr. Golden why he started calling this dude Mattress Mob? He made that up, Miss T.
Why you call him mattress mob? I
Big fish.
He,
missed
I got it from Big Fish. Big Fish.
it.
uh,
Uh,
I thought Bud was gonna put him to sleep, Miss T. That's why I call him Mattress Mob.
You know, I was waiting for Bud to do something like that, and he didn't. And I was like, oh. But the more the fight went on, I actually was sitting there saying, this dude ain't no chump. Like Bud, know he in there with a serious dude, with a serious cat, and he better act accordingly. You know,
but see,
uh,
I should look at, oh boy, got a chin. I'm like,
he
oh boy,
do.
shot. He does some shots. Oh Lord Jesus, cowboy shit.
I
Oh,
see.
is that a troll shirt or is that a positive shirt? Cause
Hey,
I need that if it's a positive shirt.
it's a positive shirt. I sell it on my store.
I
I
can't
make
see.
shirts for everybody. I make
I,
eagles, everybody.
I can't see the her. I gotta like zoom it in later on. What
Yeah,
is that?
it's cowboy. It's just a girl bending over with her cowboy stuff and her and you know it's a t that's what's on the t-shirt, but it's Cowboy Squad. I mean, it's a shirt that I thought of and I made. I made an Eagle Nation shirt. My team actually is the Steelers. I'm not a cowboy person,
I need a dirty bird. I need
but
my.
but I know I'm working on that one. I'm working on the Dirty Bird,
I
but
need a Georgia Bulldogs and a dirty bird.
I did a Washington shirt. And for my dad, I'm telling you, I'll be making t-shirts like this one I made today.
That's related to you.
Said BDB, beautifully black and blessed. I bring them in all colors. I just do it. It's very therapeutic, like cooking. I never would have thought I would say cooking is something I like to do. I guess maybe that was my flaw, Big Fish, when I was young. Boy, I won't cook a nigga shit. I won't cooking them nothing. But now that I got older, I like cooking. It's therapeutic and it's something I would do all the time, whether the guy there or not. And some of that shit I can't even eat. I have to give it away. So my family already on notice. I'm gonna put a thumbs up on my Facebook and a big yellow thumbs up at around 3 o'clock every day. That's how you know I cook dinner. And y'all come over and get this shit. I'm just gonna cook it. I ain't gonna keep it.
Me
Cause
some,
y'all know I had diabetes. I don't got it no more and I don't want
I need me some smothered pork chops and some rice
it.
with some jiffy cornbread.
Now I can do the pork chop. The part that this why I say this why I would never claim to be the greatest cook. I still can't make gravy. I can
Oh,
make a lot of shit, but I cannot make the gravy right.
Lady T, got to give you my phone number so I can take it to school.
I know you know how to cook. My mama know how to do it. She gave me a cookbook. I've seen her make it. It don't ever come out right when I do it.
Me and Fish were talking about that earlier today. I got a kitchen tonight now, grandson.
Cooking.
Me and Fish were talking about cooking tonight. I'll tell her how to cook smothered shrimps.
Mm. See, I don't do seafood. I don't eat seafood, and I don't eat meat no more. So it's
Oh,
very interesting how I try to cook and all that. Well, let me rectify. I will go to Corral and give me some chicken. That'll never change. But I don't buy the shit and bring it in my house and cook it. That's the difference.
oh, okay.
So you'll see more pasta and fruit and shit in my refrigerator. That's all.
I had to leave the pasta alone. My doctor told me I can't eat all that pasta no more. He said for the carbs and stuff. I had to cut back on the carbs.
My number was almost up. Well, when I had diabetes last year, y'all just don't know the half of it. Whew. I ain't never had it before in my life. And my sister said I went into a daze. And she kind of saved my life because I was FaceTiming with her and I went into a daze.
Yeah,
And
my doctor.
I think I was doing that on the line. That's why I stopped because I kept dozing, like going off into a daze. And then next thing you know, my daughter walk in and I like, what is you doing here? Because she don't, she don't live with me. And so you need to go. We take you to the hospital. And it was bad. It was real bad. And I wound up having emergency surgery and all kinds of shit. So y'all just don't know the half.
I'm borderline diabetic, so I had to cut off a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
All that bread and that carb and all that. You know that I'm a rice man. I love rice, but each time I need to cut back on that.
Hey, if you got diabetes, I tell anybody don't eat no rice. Stop eating rice and potatoes.
Well, that too. I can eat a lot of stuff like that, but I kind of like I was borderline.
Hmm.
I cut back on a lot of stuff. I had to give up my most stuff. Had to give up sodas and shit.
That too.
I drink them every night. I drink with wine. But like I thought eggs was good, but he told me no, I need to stop eating eggs. I love eggs. So he
Let me
told me,
tell you, that's what I ate. Golden. My sugars was 798. My
uh,
A1C was 13.5. And I got out the hospital like November 1st. And I ate pasta and I ate fruit and I ate, some salads here and there, but I ate pasta every day and fruit every day. But other stuff, drink water. I stopped eating rice. I stopped eating meat. What got rid of the diabetes really is the meat and the dairy. I just stopped eating. Just stopped eating it cold turkey. I didn't eat it. And from November 1st to January 2nd, my type 2 went away. It was
oh,
about the third week in January. I ain't have type 2 no more. And my sugar level is just like everybody else. It's normal.
it's good then. Well, I ain't gonna tell you.
But once you get diabetes, you always have it. That's what people need to know. So I ain't walking around saying I'm not diabetic. I'm still diabetic. But
You gotta take the medication.
no, I don't take nothing. I don't take no insulin. I came home with 4 insulin shots. I don't take shit now. But because when you get diabetes, whenever that turns on in your body, it changes your DNA. A lot of people don't realize that. And that's some powerful shit to change your whole DNA. Because as
Well,
far as I knew, that
I don't,
don't change after birth.
I don't take no insulin or nothing. I ain't gotta take none of that. But he told me, just cut back on a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to
Mhm.
lose weight and shit. I'm not a big old boy. You know. I think for my height, I'm overweight. I ain't up to 6'1", and I'm like 260 something.
That ain't too bad.
Huh?
That ain't too bad for 6'1".
I was the doctor the other day, and they did my house, did my first.
Golden, you 6'1" with your high heels on?
That's why I don't fuck with your bald head ass now.
They say he be
Oh,
wearing them heels, big fish. He be putting them S's on the end of all his
Them,
words.
them Rick James boots.
no, man.
No,
No, but I got the prince.
but I mean, but I would tell people I don't. Now, This is me sounding judgmental, but I'm really not. I never understand why people try to maintain diabetes. Because when you maintain it, if you take that insulin long enough, it can lead to dialysis. Who the fuck want to do dialysis? I mean, you can fuck your kid, and that's you ain't meant to be taking that shit. They fuck your liver up and all that. Put calcium deposits. Like the idea is to get rid of the shit. Period. Now I'm gonna be forever scared in my life because I don't even know why the fuck I got it in the first place. But all I could do is just try to avoid stuff. I had my nephew with me this summer, so I was cooking up a storm. That boy loved my food. But I fucked around and sat down and ate it with him. And he a growing boy, so I was feeding him. When once I dropped his ass off, I'm back to my norm. Water, pasta.
I started drinking more water than I normally do. I drink water and I was addicted to soda. So I was drinking a week. I was going through shit, about 6, 12 packs a week.
What's up, big fish? I see you, boy. Now, how tall you said you was? Mm-hmm.
That,
I'm just playing with you.
listen, let me tell
Huh?
that nigga short as a fuck. He's standing on the chair.
He's standing on the chair. Oh, look. Hey, Mr. Golden, did you move?
Huh?
You got a new place? Because that's a new looking kitchen than you had before.
Damn, Lady T. You know everything.
I remember everything, boy. Shit. Bo, you still with us?
That's
Nah,
Bo, little thing. What's up, Bo?
I'm here. I'm here. I just I'm driving right now.
Oh, okay. We getting you. We co-piloting with you.
What's going on, Bo?
Mm,
Hey, what's up, Big Fish?
Chilling, man. I didn't know that was you.
mm. Hey, Big Fish, you need to send me some of what you smoking over there. I know. Hey, send it.
Lady T, you don't want none of that shit.
I am going right to the patio when I get off with y'all.
Lady T,
What's up?
you don't want none of that shit that nigga smoking.
It ain't coming from Mother Earth.
It's straight from the earth.
Yeah, give me the earth. Give me the earth. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. But look, y'all, we've been. I honestly did not mean to be on this long. So in the future, I'm gonna come on at 7:30 to probably about
Hey,
right before
bro,
9.
right in it.
Right before 9, huh?
Chris, bro, come on tomorrow night, right?
You talking about E Thriller? Is he coming on tomorrow, Big Fish?
I think so. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to end mine right before he come on. I'm gonna try to, so we don't overlap.
Stay in the drink right here.
You don't supposed to drink that bullshit neither, Mr. Golden.
Why you can't drink milk?
No. Are
Hey,
you a baby cow?
yeah, that's cow puss, mucus.
Yeah.
You
I,
drink, you
I got
drink.
I got some ice in this motherfucker here.
Especially if you pre-diabetic. Children at the age of 8 lose all the enzymes to digest dairy. Every person lose their enzyme to digest dairy at the age of 8 years old.
Well, that's two
So
percent right there. That's not whole milk. That's 2% milk.
that don't mean shit, Mr. Golden. I ain't let you off that easy. How y'all say you ain't going to the Pro Bowl with me? I
Yeah,
just told you it's dairy and meat. That's what
I'm,
it is.
I'm getting.
Mhm.
My daughter told me I'm too loud. I'm talking too loud. I'm getting busted.
Oh, you at her house?
My daughter now for a little while. Gotta get me another place.
Mhm. But most of all, it's the meat. Meat causes people to have diabetes, not sugar. That's why when people trying to diet and eat less sugar, that's why shit don't never work most time with people. It's meat that causes diabetes, and the dairy does it too. So if you want to get rid of it, you got to stop eating that shit.
Man, I just had steak and scallops and shrimp.
It sounds
That
good.
Oh,
goes
you
good.
want to like fish? You want to do the steak?
Man, yeah, I went with the steak. I got the turkey necks cooking right now, Mr. Golden.
Yeah, as y'all know too, I got eczema bad, man. My rash was something I think it was stress. My hands were raw. I gotta show y'all the picture. I don't know. It's not up here. I don't know where I put it in this computer because I got a new computer. But I'll show
Well,
y'all me and my get up uh from the wedding. But my hands were raw, like my skin was raw, and I'm just now starting to heal. Like Like I got eczema bad, but that all got something to do with what I'm eating and all that stuff. So, like I said, when I start water pasta, not only do I lose weight, I don't be as sick no more.
Hmm. Yeah. The fish got me thinking about some turkey necks now, boy. I go get me some turkey necks
Next,
from Days Down.
y'all, y'all
Boy,
killing me. Now look,
My
if
bad.
I go to my mama house, my mama could cook her ass off.
That's
I
the
go to her house and she made some
when you,
turkey.
that's the worst place to go when you're trying to eat right is your mama.
I know, right? I
you
know,
got
right?
you got to say you meet me at the salad bar.
Exactly. Like I'm like, Mom, now you come over my house. Cause yeah, I'm moving back to Virginia. So all my peeps looking at me on Facebook that know this from Virginia. Y'all know your girl coming back in that place. I'm be down with the DMV.
I'm about to
Coming
move.
back.
I'm about to move to Dallas.
Hey, Mr. Goldie, you can't move to Dallas. You block me on Facebook. Nah, I'm just playing.
Damn phone, so you won't be texting me all damn night long.
Oh Lord. Yeah, look, I miss looking at y'all show. I love when y'all get into it, but how my boy Q doing?
He chilling. We done talked about you a couple of times. Like, man, we gotta write a letter to YouTube,
I
get Miss T
know.
back. Like, man, what's
Man,
going on?
sent out for a search party.
Yeah. He gonna be upset when he heard you was on tonight and he didn't get the clip.
Tell him I love him. Tell him I love him.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna be back tomorrow.
he go watch the show. He go hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be texting me about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll be up. He'll be at work. He'll be texting and shit. I'll be hearing that shit. He keep me up all night long.
Well, y'all know how to get in touch with me. But yeah. I'll just I'm like I said, I had a lot on my plate. I finally got through that. Woo! Can't do that again. But
Yeah.
it feels good in this phase. I don't know if y'all kids are grown, but when your kids grow up and they grown and you ain't responsible for, I know Mr. Golden know what I'm talking about. Oh, that feeling is I'm going through that right now. How I feel to only have to think about yourself.
Well, I got one I got to think about.
Mhm. You still got a young one?
Yeah, he right down the pound of nine, big fish.
Oh, big fish
Hey,
from Santa Claus.
he on me real tough for some reason.
Hey,
I
lady,
see.
lady,
What's up?
10 years old, still in diapers.
Damn, no, I hope not.
He ain't party.
Lord,
I'm trying to get him to party chick. He just floating.
Hey,
oh, big
hey,
fish.
hey, hey, I'm glad you said that. I'm going to the child support house tomorrow. We gonna file on your ass.
Oh Lord,
Yeah,
he gonna get you.
yeah. You behind 25 years.
Just I know. Check this. Take
I'm,
this excerpt out.
I
He
want
finally admitted. Rebel life, boxing. What's up? What's happening? Welcome to the show. Salute, sis. Salute, chat. Now, before I close this down, y'all, and then he said, Miss T, salute. Salute to you. I need y'all to hit the like button right now.
did that when I came in.
I know that's right. Wipe your motherfucking feet before you come through. Yeah, that VA coming back. I'll be can't wait to get back. So shit. In
And
the winter.
the panel just lost 400 pounds when he dropped off. You see that?
He said it was a dip. Mr. Golden, get out that kitchen. Get
Yeah,
out that kitchen, Mr.
hey,
Golden.
Miss T, I think he 5'8", 275. That's what I
Oh
think.
no, that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be. Oh, Mr. Golden, get out that kitchen and put that milk down. Shit, you
Yeah,
you might as well
yeah.
grab some Hennessy. E.A. Lop,
He
welcome
said
to the building.
it's 2%.
Oh, I don't know why people be saying that. That none of that matters. If you think about it like this, every animal, most animals, mammals anyway, they lactate, right? They feed their young. Well, the human milk is meant to put about what 30 pounds. That's how much average 1 year old weighs. 30 pounds, and that all come from the fat in the milk and the stuff coming out the woman's titties. Okay, the baby cow is supposed to drink his mama's milk, and she tries to put 500 pounds on her baby. And you drinking that milk. So think about it like that. Lop said, I guess he said, I guess Teal is the one taking the O from Haney. Hopefully he don't call the police on Teal too. I know, right? I told y'all Haney is a big disappointment for me. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Is that your guy, Big Fish? Cause
Man, you know I am Tank Davis in that little era. That's my guy. I'm not a Devin Haney fan at all.
Bo made some interesting points and comparisons with Tank tonight, but Devin Haney, y'all got exposed. The Haneys, y'all are exposed. I never was on the hype train for the Haney train. I never was on that shit, and so y'all got exposed. So, our money in the midnight hour. What's up with you?
What's going on, Miss T? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, thanks for having me on. What's up, fellas?
What's up, Al Money?
Miss T,
Sure.
we can't have it both ways. You know I'm a Bud fan, but
Oh.
we can't be cool with Bud going up to fight Canelo and not cool with Bud fighting Teofimo.
It's not the same. It's not the same. And y'all know if you search your heart, you know it's not the same.
Ooh, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that point.
It's not the same, Al Moolah, because Bud has always he does things in a sequence. You can feel how you want to feel about it.
And Miss
Anybody
T,
can.
you
But Tio is
the point you made about T.O. fighting to his competition, to his level of competition,
not.
that even helps the point of him fighting Bud. Let's see.
Dude, listen. If I'm Bud, I'm not going backwards. Now,
You
I
even said it
personally,
yourself. You even said it yourself. He fight to his competition. He might could do
he
it.
he fight to the level of his competition. But
Yeah.
anybody who gets in the ring has a chance, and that's known for every and anybody. And T.O.'s chance is a little bit more than the average person's chance because he does fight to the level of his competition. But I'm not going backwards. There was nothing in my mind saying, "Oh, T.O. and Bud is gonna converge one day and they're gonna be fighting." Nobody thought that. T.O. is clout chasing, call it what it is, and he has a right to do it. But it's not Bud's fault why you made the bad choices and moves y'all did. It's not Bud's fault that you ain't figure out how to get more money out of old ass Bob Arum. It's not nobody's fault but yours. It's not your fault. It's not Bud's fault that you was going through whatever you went through, medically or mentally. So stop trying to get money off of his back. And I mean, if you want to fight him, ask, but don't. Where the insults coming from? I'm trying to figure out what Bud did to this nigga. So fuck T.O., man. That's how I feel about T.O. right now. And not you, Al Money. Never
No, I
trust
get what
you.
you're saying, Miss T, but he should just go ahead and scrape him off if that's the case. Like Bud say, if you want to fight, go and say something disrespectful. That's where it's coming from, Miss T.
Well,
You know that.
Bud got a criteria. He already said, if you touch my pride. So they must ain't trying to fight because they ain't touching his pride. Not Boots, not him. Boots old scary ass too.
Money, can I add to that? So, like, you can replace that whole scenario with Canelo. Canelo is saying the same thing to Bud. You're clout
And
chasing. You want to
that was the
payday.
next thing I was
So,
gonna say, Miss
so
T.O. You want Canelo to go backwards, but you don't want Bud to go backwards.
But
That
how
is not right.
but
yeah,
how is
Canelo gets
Canelo
nothing from Bud. He gets
How is
nothing.
Canelo going backwards when Canelo or Bud was either one or two pound for pound of the whole world? How is that going backwards?
Because he's fighting at 168, Miss T, and Bud just entered the 154 division. That's how it's
Hey,
backwards.
I'm gonna say it like this: if you asking for 150 million or some ungodly amount of money, I'm not saying that Turkey Alley Sheep was gonna Roger up to the 150, but I'm sure he would have gave him something. But some ungodly amount of money to fight somebody who is an easy pick, peon, no competition to you. Why don't you just grab it? But if you don't want to grab it, Canelo has carved out. He made lemon. He took lemons and made lemonade. He has carved out the niche in boxing. He can do what he want to do, and that's just the fact of it. I don't like it. A lot of people don't like it, but he can do what he want to do. Just like some people ain't gonna like me saying Bud can do what he want to do. I like it, but some people don't like it. But when you get to that point in your career, you can do what you want to do. You can do what you want to do. All Bud can do is act. But I don't never hear Bud putting Canelo down, calling him out his name, just being real negative. I've never heard that. But T.O. doing it. And what Bud do to you? Bitch ass nigga. Yeah, come on my show. Talk that shit, T.O. I was a fan of yours and I was rocking with you. And even when people's like, oh, he racist. I was like, no, T.O. ain't racist. Oh, he really loud. No, he was sick. Always for T.O. But this bullshit, I don't like. I was critical when Ryan was doing it to Tank. I don't like it. If you a man, stand on your 10 toes and do what you do. But where the insults, and we not going back. Bud fans and us, we not going back. You missed the boat, T.O. You should have been doing that shit 5 years ago. You missed the boat. That's how I see it. Al-Moolah.
I don't know, Miss T. I don't know about that, Miss T. I feel like he should go. It ain't like T.O. just he ain't. I mean, I'm not a T.O. fan. I was a T.O. fan before he started doing all the antics or whatever. But he do got a resume that's worthy for him to take the fight now. He got to decorate.
If Bud want to give it to him, I ain't. Whatever Bud want to do. That's where I'm at with Bud right now. He done showed and proved everything. He cannot do nothing for the rest of his life, and I'm gonna still be like, man, that's one of the greatest. It's whatever Bud want to do. That's how I feel as a fan. He done everything.
How did you feel about that last fight?
I think he put on the clinic. It wasn't the best looking. It wasn't the most exciting, but he put on the clinic. Why? Because you can't feint your way to a win, and that's what Magic Marv was satisfied with doing. And he won't throw in combinations, and he was in love with his power. So how the fuck I could pick him to win or win most of the rounds? I can't. But let his hands go. It's just like that De Los Santos and Shakur Stevens. Shakur Stevens was backing up. Everybody want to say it's running, but hey, you're allowed to use ring generalship and move around. But it was for De Los Santos to make it uncomfortable for Shakur and take it to his ass, and he didn't. That's how I see it.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Miss T, Bud Crawford is robbing the fans. All the criticism Earl Spence took and Canelo take, but when Bud do it, act like he too good to fight somebody. Everybody that's his fans want to give him a pass, talking about he done earned his right to do this and that, and he don't got to do nothing else no more. So, he missed the boat on a whole lot of big fights because of ducking, wrong side of the streets, whatever you want to call it. So now that he's in the position to give us the fights that we want to see, he acting bougie. He only want to fight somebody that is gonna be impossible for him to beat, or even more impossible to even get him to sign a contract. Well, he don't want.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just he don't want to give us. We want to see Boots and T.O. not because we want to see Bud lose. These are the only guys that are really actively calling him out. So the very few, the 2% of people that even dare to call him out, he acting like he too good to fight him. What is that?
But listen, again, you get to a point in your career where you can do it and move how you want. Floyd did it. Canelo doing it. Now Bud gonna do it. Now everybody threw all them barriers, and Bud was always who he is today. But we didn't see that in him, and we couldn't give him them props because all the bad mouth in him, negative talk, the monkey wrenches thrown in his way, the people doubting him, even bad choices that he made. But now he gets to that point. He's going to the tail end of his career. I don't give a fuck when nobody say Father Time is undefeated and will always be undefeated. So Bud is getting to that point, and now he should be able to. What more can he do? Is what I'm saying. There's always more somebody could do, but what more do we need to say he is what he say he is? That's what I'm saying. So if Canelo wants to give him the fight, by all means. If Canelo don't, he don't have to. Because in boxing business, Canelo has earned his place too. So I'm not a huge fan of Canelo, and I know you not, Big Fish, but he's earned his spot. There's nothing we can say or do about it. So Canelo move how he want to move, and all that. We can complain and say you pick people that you see like you can beat. If Bud getting a little ego and getting his ass on his back, by all means, I'm all for it. I'm here for it. But as far as Tio, I think he clout chasing, simple as that. I think every fight he gonna have until Bud retire, he gonna bring him up like that's what he really wants. You ain't really making moves. If you want Bud, touch his pride. Boots too. You had an opportunity twice and you turned it down. We ain't even gonna rehash that. If y'all heard what Bud said, you want me? Touch my pride.
See,
Let's see
see
if they
what
gonna do it.
what it really is, T. Bud is slowing down, so he got to pick his fights very carefully. That's what it really is, and y'all just don't want to acknowledge that
Hey, Big Fish,
possibility.
I give
Hey,
it
I,
to you
I,
No,
because
I
big
what I
sis,
say.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. And Miss T, and that's what I was gonna say about what I seen in that last fight. I haven't been watching Bud since the beginning, but since I've been watching him, I never seen him to react. I never seen him react to getting hit the way he was reacting in that fight. I never seen him stick his tongue out. I never seen him do a little shake dance after he got hit and stuff like that. So
I've seen it
yeah,
all the time.
you
I've
can
seen it all the
tell.
time.
Hey, I will say this. Like in that fight, he did stick his tongue out at Madrimov. But on top of that, I don't think nobody should earn the right to do what they do because I mean, if you're in the sport for one reason, like I get it, you want the big fights, and I'm all cool with that. But like when people say Canelo earned the right, like dude just turned 34 years old. How'd you earn the right? You got blessed with marketing and they were saying he earned the right for like the past 3 years. So he was 31. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I'm just like, nah, you gotta keep fighting, especially if you had all the belts and he literally held up the division. I can't say he earned the right because now we getting people like Berlanga getting title shots. And to me, that's just crazy. When he had two mandatories and he didn't even take any of them.
But this is boxing business, right? I don't agree with none of this stuff. But T can't do nothing, y'all. I can't do nothing. But it's like when you solidify, it's like I go back to even myself. Yo, I was a regular Joe Blow in the Navy. I did my 20 years. But when I got to the end, I showed the fuck out. Cause them bitches before me showed out. So they could call in and nigga, I was coming to work, look up at the clock, like y'all bitches can stay here. I'm out. Where you going, Miss Teasley? I got an appointment. Can't check it. Can't tell me no, I can't. I be gone all motherfucking day. I remember the one dude called me. I said, nigga, you must don't know how this works. I got 2 months in this bitch and I'm at 20. I'm done. Don't you ever call my motherfucking house again. He was another ranking person like me, but the chief told him to call me. Chief knew better. I like, don't you ever call me again. That's right. I'm playing hooky until I ain't gotta play hooky no more. Fuck y'all. And I gave y'all my life. I got to a point where I had that privilege. It's not fair, it's not right, and it should never be like that. But it is. And Miss T don't make the rules. So that's why I said Canelo has earned his spot. Not because Miss T said it. The boxing business and the boxing world said he did. And that's why he act like he act. And Bud has arrived on that fateful day. Big Fish, you know all too well. Say it with me. July 29th, 2023.
Dehydration day.
Nigga, no,
Dehydration day
you
is what I call it. Yeah, I
I'm gonna
remember
let
that.
you have it. I'm gonna let you have it, Big
Hey,
Fish.
hey, Miss T, like you're right, but this why boxing is, they get that cliche like boxing is dead, and That's why fans don't support it, because this is the only sport where a champion don't have to behave like a champion and defend his title each and every time they compete against somebody. And you don't get to pick and choose in football, who you want to play in the Super Bowl. You got to play against the best.
I said
NBA,
that.
all of that baseball. So it's a
Hockey.
bunch of what you're saying is true in a sense, but we have the right to complain about it as fans, and we have a right not to buy it. So when we
You know,
see these fights that's being
mhm.
put up now, they're not being supported. They're
And you
getting
know what?
watched.
You guys
But
could complain about it, but make sure y'all not that it's being done here, but I'm talking about if you go on another person's show or whatever, keep that in perspective. It's not the person that running the show or speaking up, like they not the ones in control and making those choices and decisions. You know, you're right. And with NFL, because I don't watch football and stuff, but I know the schedule is made before they even start the season, right?
yeah, but in the sense of that point is that in the playoffs, it's the best of the best playing. It's
Mm,
different when that starts.
mhm.
That's what I'm speaking of.
See, yeah, so that's all I can say. I'm not making the rules, y'all. And if I was making the rules, I wouldn't make them like that. I
So
believe in you until you're out, you're in.
yeah, so
And
that's what I'm saying, Miss T. Like, just take Terrence Crawford out the picture, like any champion. Do you feel like that's how boxing should be? I know it's how
mhm.
it is, and I say that all the time. I talk about how it is, not how it should be. But
Yeah,
in this case, how it should be, it shouldn't be this bullshit about you earned your right to do what you want to do in the sport of boxing. Because
it shouldn't.
you're holding up the sport. You're holding
You
up other people from getting a shot. That's what that shit is really doing.
And
and
then
you
and then
also
and then
making
and
it
then
worse
on
for
top of that,
everybody to come behind you. Go ahead. I'm
and then
sorry.
and then and then on top of that, that's why we got Jake Paul running around
Exactly.
earning his right to fight whatever MMA fight he want to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Is it me or the nigga fat now? It's because I don't see no boxing body. He just fat. He look like one of them dudes that's big as hell, and then they go in the gym and just lift some weights and put muscle over top of the fat.
The boy probably on all kind of eye stream. And
Big baby Miller. I don't know. I think Tyson might shock him, but y'all right. I would not pick the way it is. I wouldn't, not even for Terrence. Um, but when in Rome.
the Bud went Hollywood, Miss T. He even to the point to where he won't give the person who gave him his biggest break, Earl Spence, a rematch. If it
Don't
wasn't
even
for Earl
start that.
Spence,
Nigga
if
don't
it
even
wasn't for
start
Earl
that.
Spence, the fight would not have happened.
And
And
nigga don't even start that. Earl shouldn't have been ducking all them years, talking all
oh
that
my
bullshit.
God.
And Terrence did. Terrence is waiting. You can't make the nigga want to fight. You know Earl done. You know Earl done. You know.
So why he turn around and want to be like Earl now? He too good to fight people.
When in
Um,
Rome. When in Rome. I can't explain these things.
I
But
think
when in Rome.
avocado and mattress mom showed the slippage in this game.
Look, you know what it is? It's all that money that y'all claim he didn't get that he got.
Didn't he get 2.5 this last fight
Yeah, he
with
did.
his
That why,
delicacy?
hey,
What's up
Turkey.
with that? That was
I
shocking.
think that's some strategic shit on Turkey part.
Uh,
The fact that no everybody talk like they scared this nigga, and I ain't gonna say too much because I am a woman. Y'all ain't gonna put no target on my back because women get slapped up for less in their world. But nah, like I said in the beginning, he might be good for boxing. I hear some people like I don't think Canelo thinks so. I don't think Tank thinks so. It's a lot of people that don't want to see him engage in boxing and all that. But I can't say I I blame them or anything. He might be good for men, but I'm a fan and I spend my money. My money's green like any other fan. So like when he was giving out them prizes at the fight, and see that whole fight setup with Eminem coming on. I enjoyed Eminem coming on. That shit was too long. Anybody else think it was too long? That's some bullshit. It was
So
too
you
long. They
watch,
got finals.
so I was right. You watched the fight just because of Eminem.
No, nigga, I can deal with Eminem or not deal with Eminem. I say he was entertaining. But that fucking whole card, that shit was, and all the kissing ass, that shit was making me
Yeah,
sick.
that was pathetic.
That,
Did you hear what I
whew,
call him, Miss T? That
uh-uh.
is his delicacy because he like to hold men's hands.
Damn. Like all the licking the balls that was
Hey,
done that
they
night.
gave him a WBC belt. They gave him a
What?
trophy.
Yes.
They
Hall of
super kicked
Fame.
his
Hall
ass.
of Fame. I was like, Turkey,
Hey,
don't be
hey,
mad at me. I'm
I
just
put it
speaking the
like
truth.
this: money talks. I mean, remember when it was the PBC in power? Everybody was praising Al Heyman,
But
and after every fight,
It's
I would like to
different.
thank Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's the
Bo,
same thing.
It's a
but
little different.
this the thing with me, Bo. What I was shocked when I looked at those purses. I was thinking that he was like I could have swore that Terrence Crawford was gonna get about 10, no less than 10 million guaranteed. The way
Me
that
too.
Turkey was talking, like how he was about to set him up.
Turkey got the motherfucker shook because you hear now. I agree with that. Terrence be talking big money. I'm only in it for the money now. I ain't going back to that. Terrence say all that shit. But hey, Terrence, you took 2.5. I was like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
what's up? What you
Like
think about that, Bo?
Turkey.
Like,
That's why I'm saying right now,
All right, the two
Turkey. I'm
point
just
five
talking.
million, the 2.5 million. That's just a rumor. That's not fact.
I know,
Oh,
but
I don't know if it's fact,
but
but
I'm
that's what
just
I
saying,
heard.
Bo. If that's the case, then what that's who reported that? Who reported that, Bo? That's a rumor. That didn't come from any
I don't know where
ESPN
it came
source.
from.
No, I'm saying like who reported it was 2.5 million because
I
that
thought if Dan
There's people,
Raphael
yeah.
reported that, if Dan
Mm.
Raphael reported that, I tend to believe it's coming from ESPN. They not gonna put no bullshit out. But he
Well, a
said
lot of people act
I
like
mean,
Dan Raphael
he
said
didn't say
some
that
stuff.
that was the baseline, like 2.5. So I'm saying the baseline I thought would have been at least 10
But
guaranteed.
they said that
but think
Terrence
about it.
definitely got more on the back end. That's what they did
I mean,
say.
but think about it. Like if you got
What back
10,
end?
if you got 10
Pay per
million,
view.
if you got 10 million for fighting Avenesian, why would you take a 2.5 million for fighting another champion? Like to me,
Hey,
that doesn't even make sense.
I'm just
well,
don't to me either, Bo. That's what
he
I'm
ain't.
that,
Maybe Terrence. Listen to this. Maybe Terrence is getting it out the mud like he's supposed to. First of all, Terrence, is your first fight at 154. You can't claim to be the shit in 154. This your first fight. Nigga,
nah,
you at the
nah,
bottom just like everybody else until you
nah, it
show
don't work.
otherwise. The
Nah,
only thing he got, Big Fish, is privilege to go for a champion. That's all Terrence had. But to say he the shit in anything 154, he could not say it until he get in there. Same thing with Jeff Horn. Can't say you the shit, Terrence, till you get in there. And then once he got in there, we saw he was the shit. That's all it is. But he got to start off at the bottom. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
he should be in the pay grade. He locked in the pay grade, right? Like Canelo is. That's at the point of
Yeah.
since y'all talking about he can do what he want and all that mean you making no less than 10 million a fight to be acting how he acting.
That's true. Jason Williams, I see you. I see you, big boy. You know, welcome to the page. Y'all hit that like and share, subscribe button. I always keep saying share. Like
Yeah,
and share button.
he
Get
got
it.
getting money under the table, boss T.
Do it. Yeah, he probably listen. It's something about Turkey. That's why when I be telling y'all and hear me good. Turkey, I'm just talking. I'm just talking. Don't mind me. Because I already get his feelings hurt. Please don't look this way. Don't come to this show. Please don't, because I know how y'all feel about women, and I don't want to be nowhere near that.
Turkey about that smoke.
He probably is. I don't know. I can listen. You know how they over there, I'm paraphrasing. I'm lumping everybody in over there, and I'm sorry because that you shouldn't be like that. But it is a known fact how they feel about women. I'm not the one. Like, don't come over here with that shit. Like I'm not. I'm American. Period. And we
What
have
it say?
opinions.
Get in that kitchen and cook them pork balls.
Get the Look, reintroduce myself. My name is Stove.
Uh,
Look, click some pots together. That what you're
uh,
saying?
you know what he gonna say? You know why women don't need watches?
Mm. Why?
Because it's a clock on the stove.
Yeah, you know what? I ain't even mad at that. A turkey. Look, in your world, it's what it is. I ain't even trying to change it, but over here, I'm American, and I can speak my mind. I don't need that dude getting mad. Like that shit was hilarious to me when they was giving out a prize. I was talking to my homegirl on the phone. I said, "Ain't no woman gonna win that shit."
When his cousin won.
Yeah, and you know they did look awfully Arab. They did look Arab. I don't know if it was set up because they were just going by the sea, but we knew a woman won't win. Now that we did know. So I was like, I can't even get into him per se. If he brings some good fights, he brings some good fights. But I mean, that's about all I can ever say. Jason, what you talk about? You said seniority is a blessing, pay your dues, and you can have it too. Indeed. He also said that's why that's football and this is boxing. Sorry,
Yeah,
not
but
any champion and highly
Duh.
decorated and accomplished champion for over a decade. And he said, if you think Bud made 2.5 on that fight, I got it. See, yeah, we don't know what he made. That's why Bo said that ain't fact. He said, got another long ass card coming up with the Bivel and Protect. Oh, I want to see that. And then
yeah,
he said,
I thought that Crawford that whole card was a great card though. I mean, it was
it was,
competition.
It
it
was.
was, it was. And Jason said, they said Shakur about to get 5 for his fight he got coming up with someone coming off a KO loss. What you mean,
Yeah,
5 million,
yeah.
5,000, five
So,
hundred?
He's
so he
fighting.
believed that, but he don't believe the other one. Okay. Wow. You see how
Shakur,
that
Yes,
works?
Shakur fighting on that Bivol better be undercard.
that's gonna be a good one.
You know
California
what
State Athletic
what I don't
Commission.
like about the whole situation. You know, I like Shakur, but man, Shakur been getting on my nerves as of late. I mean, you want to fight Joe Cordina, he's actually coming off a loss, and then he's moving up the weight, and this is who you fight. Like you just fought the last dude who came off a loss. But you know, the last dude, I thought that was a good fight because I thought he personally beat Frank Martin. But
Mhm.
you know, but you gonna fight back to back dudes coming off of losses? I'm like, come on, Shakur.
Shakur is also saying ain't nobody taking up the challenge with him. I don't know.
No,
Like I
I
saw
mean,
myself going forward. I'm not. I'm gonna try not
Everybody
to.
chasing the bag, man.
I'm gonna try not to get too
I
in the
will say
weeds
this
with that.
though. I will say this, like there were fighters that turned out Shakur, but Shakur, I'm gonna tell you, this is what pissed me off for Shakur. When it was a rumor that a fight was going to be offered with Shakur to fight Navarrete, at first he acted like he was too good for Navarrete. Then when Navarrete for Conceição, that went to a draw.
Mhm.
And then when they said, okay, Conceição is going to fight Baranchik, then Shakur got mad. No, why I ain't fighting Navarrete? I'm like, dude, you just said you like you pretty much put down Navarrete, but now you want to fight Navarrete. Then all of a sudden, the whole thing with Loma, you know what I'm saying? When Loma was gonna fight Tank, all of a sudden you hear Shakur bitching again. And then when that fight fell through, what is Shakur saying now? Nothing. He ain't even calling out Tank or nothing. I'm like, man, Shakur, what's going on, man?
No, it's
Yeah,
already
he
official, bro. He fight on the 12th on the undercard in
well,
Saudi.
who is he fighting?
Joe Cordina.
And this is gonna be in the States or over there?
It's in Saudi.
I
Yeah,
ain't
but this is
not
my
staying
thing
up to
though.
watch
Like
that.
when the Loma and Tank fight fell through, why didn't you call out Tank then?
He probably was already negotiating this fight, bro. Come on, man.
I don't know. Like Shakur, it's hard to defend him, but I like him. I like him as a fighter. I still think he's one of the best. He got great skills. It's like having your skills in the ring, but you gotta have skills mentally out the ring. And sometimes how these fighters move and what they say don't match with what they do in the ring, and it be fucking up the whole game, in a sense. And that's why some people can have problems with them. Like Bo saying, your mouth saying this, but your actions doing that. That's what he basically saying. And I mean, can't say that
No,
ain't true.
no, I'm agreeing with Bo. I'm agreeing with him, Miss T. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So Shakur, he got enough skill where he could do some stuff with Tank. I had him beating Tank and Devin easy because of the skills. That what I had him. He ain't a big power puncher, but the motherfucker got skills.
After the
Man,
Herring fight, I felt like that, Miss T, but I don't feel like that no more.
I feel you on that. I was at that Heron fight. That was a good ass fight.
I was too.
And you were? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we already talked about that. I told you that.
Oh, man, I done forgot. I done forgot.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold
You
on.
told me
Somebody
that's how
else.
you had met with Xander at that fight,
Zayas.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
everybody. Bradley.
yeah, yeah,
Tim
we talked
Bradley.
about it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so he just Shakur gotta get out his own way. That's all. Um he ain't crossed the
Shakur,
line enough for me to feel a certain kind of way about him, but his actions don't always match
Shakur,
up with his saying.
Does more fighting on Twitter than he does in the ring.
Yeah, that too. That too.
That
That
man,
part.
like
That
I
part.
swear, he be want to fight with argue with everybody, and
He's
it's like,
sensitive.
yeah, I'm like Shakur, you can't convince people that you don't know that you really that good. Like ain't nobody, everybody ain't gonna agree with you. Even if they thought you was that good, they're not gonna agree with you, especially if he's acting sensitive.
The only thing that's bad about these young guys and young women in sports today, you have to really grow up before your time. You really do. Like mentally, you got to grow up before your time. Because as you get older, you'll get to a point where you don't give a fuck about what nobody say. You don't think about them. You know, you'll have a moment in the sun. I don't know what y'all's are when y'all got to that age, and it don't necessarily always happen before 21. I know for me, I was 29. My legs was up in the air and I was giving birth. And let me tell you, the person between my legs was some kid, 18, 19, a little army medic. Wasn't a nurse. He wasn't a nurse. He wasn't a doctor. It was just a medic up in between my legs, wiping me down. Oh, I had to let pride go out the window. Once you seen all that, what the fuck am I worried about? What a person thinking this. That I remember distinctively, that changed my life. Like what I cared about, what people thought, and how people feel. Hey, you done seen everything now. Like shit, embarrassed about what? But these young fighters, they still young, and they still have to deal with, you know, worried about what it look like, worried about what people think. They still young, even though they doing grown man and grown woman shit. And dealing with millions of dollars transactions and stuff, they have to grow up before their time mentally. That's the only thing I give to any and every fighter out there because it's hard. It's like, y'all ever talk to somebody that's 19, you can't tell an 18-year-old shit. Everybody know that. You can't tell them shit. So imagine how these people minds is, and the TOs and the Devons and all, they young. I try to say that too. You know, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt on that. But like Tank, you don't get the benefit no more because Tank is aging out of that phase in his life. By the time you 30, you don't get no benefit of the doubt. Shit, fuck that. Really over 25. Jason Williams said,
Yeah,
"Whoa."
sure. I think Shakur got ways to go with his maturity because my man be bugging out online
He
big
do.
time. And the crazy thing about it, like when when other fighters be trying to, let him know, like, dude, it's not that serious. He goes off on them.
Yeah.
And then Roy Jones said something similar. And he was like, oh, yeah, that was, that OG, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what's called respect right there from OG. I'm like, hold on. Like, everybody done told you about yourself. When they try to critique
Mhm.
your performance, you get mad, you know?
Berto, and you don't know Berto to be on nothing talking negative or putting nobody down. And I think I seen him on a pivot. I don't know if it was pivot or some of them shows, and he was explaining what was the beef between him and Shakur or whatever. He said he was just make. I think Andre Ward, Berto, and Andre, the three Andres,
Oh,
Andre
Darrell.
Durrell, yeah, and they was asking Bert. I understood exactly what Berto was saying, but like he said, "Why you ain't saying it in private?" He said, "Because he didn't say it in private. We were saying, he said, I didn't say nothing wrong. But again, like sometimes when I be critiquing, I have to say to myself, these are young boys, or young girls or whatever, you gotta let that go, T, because they ain't gonna know until whatever." And Jason Williams, you said TMI, Miss T. It's life. It's life. I was having a baby, Jason. That's life. That's normal. But it wasn't expect I wasn't expecting no 18-year-old boy to be between my legs wiping me there. I just wasn't expecting that. But hey, a medic is a medic. I had to take that. And so, like I said, once I experience that, I'm gonna be ashamed about what? I'm gonna be worried about what? The worst the worst thing that you could think could happen already happened. So what? But Shakur and them, they haven't got to that point yet. They young. Now when they get but he ain't gonna be able to hold that benefit for long because he is a father.
Yeah, and then he was arguing with his grandpops in the corner. His
Oh,
grandpops
that's
trying to
crazy.
tell him something. He like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I got it. And trying to, and he just wasn't listening. I'm just like, damn, dog. Like,
He kind of, to me, I ain't gonna go in depth because I don't know nothing extensive past the fact that he was there when, in that fateful day a couple of years ago with takeoff. That right there kind of soured me. It made me fall back a little bit. But again, I still give him the benefit of the doubt to a certain extent. But I know for me it waned. Like I just like I don't know, because I judge you by the company you keep, and, because that'll tell me everything I need to mostly know about you by the company you keep. Because you're not gonna hang around people that's into XYZ and then you're not into it, And one time hanging with them is not gonna make me say, "Oh, you like that." But if you consistently, and he does that, he consistently. So I'll be wondering like, He said, "Yeah, I didn't like that at all. Why aren't you listening to your corner?" Yeah, that's and the disrespect your granddad. He I'm sure sacrificed a lot to get you where you at today, and had the audacity to put the Twitterson on his boxing trunks. Well, but I would say this, y'all. It's 11 something at night. I ain't know it was this late. I had a ball talking to y'all. Al Money, D Young, um, Bo, and everybody, Jerry and Jason. Thank you for coming in, and Dan Tan, my usuals, and EA Lop. Y'all come by tomorrow. And like I said, I'm not gonna make it this long, but this was my welcome back, I guess. Chino, come on back. Um, Bruce, Gas, and it was somebody else.
big fish.
Big Fish. Oh yeah, how can I forget Big Mr. Golden? Y'all, thank y'all for coming in. I hope y'all hit the like and subscribe button. But I'm gonna go ahead and break it on down. Al Money, you got anything you want to say before we close it out?
Welcome back, Miss T. Don't take so long to come back next time either.
I would definitely try not to. I should be happy more because I'm moving
No,
back to
for sure.
Virginia. Virginia, I miss y'all. I miss y'all. Oh my God. Y'all just don't know. Every time I drive over the Virginia state line, oh, my heart feels so good and my blood be pumping right. I don't know if y'all feel that way about your hometown. But, Bo, do you got anything you want to say to the folks before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I kind of miss Virginia. Well, when I was stationed down there, I kind of miss, the Norfolk area and stuff. Pretty much sit down there. It was a lot. It was a lot to do. I hate the
Right.
traffic though, but ain't no different than New
Yeah.
York traffic, I guess. But yeah. Thanks for having me on and stuff. Welcome back. Um,
Anytime.
yeah, it's good. Everybody catch up with each other and stuff. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
one. I was like, older. I was one. I was like, man, what happened to Miss T? I haven't seen her in a minute.
I know I got you know who I'm looking for? Birdman. Where the fuck he at?
Oh damn, I'm trying
You
to think,
remember
Birdman.
him?
Yeah, you should come on your
All
panel a lot,
yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
went ghost on me long before I stopped getting on the show. But like I told y'all, it was good reasons why I did. I feel much healthier. I feel much better. So hopefully, like I said, when I'm on here, I'm in a good spirit and I ain't sick. You know, the only time I probably won't be on here if I don't feel good, you know, and sometimes it be like that. But here lately, I've had a string of good days that I'm okay. And like I said, I'm going to try not to keep nobody long because this kind of long. And, uh, and just get in, say my piece. And like I said, it's speculation, but it's based on facts. I ain't gonna put nobody down that I ain't supposed to or that I'm telling the truth about. It's based on facts. You know, like Mr. Schofield, you are welcome to come here and speak your piece and all that. But they said it was based on facts. And I gotta say, once or twice that I seen you, it looked like they was telling the truth. You know, y'all know how I feel about the Haneys. Saw what I saw. And you know how we feel about Bud and T.O. and your point of Bud should take the fight. Maybe, hey, Bud, um, Bold is a fan. E Thriller is a fan, you know, and they say you should just go ahead and wipe T.O. off. I don't know. So all opinions matter. Thank y'all for coming in. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all were
Amazing. Incredible. Outstanding. Amazing.
For sure.
Congratulations. Well done.